Hey, yo, good people of the internet. Ho, ho, happy holidays. We here, episode 110, No Cooldown Podcast, man. Just the Yuletide festival's on the air, you know what I'm saying? People is cold. I'm not cold because I'm literally in the South. I'm in freaking sunny Gatorland and stuff. I haven't seen an inch of snow in like 25 years, so whatever. By the way, I hope everybody's fine. Hope everybody's having fun, enjoying the time, you know, with your loved ones, all in your safe spaces, getting good gifts, no cold. Hope you're enjoying your time. But we're here. We got to talk about these games one more time before 2024 concludes. And of course, I'm here with my podcast partners in crime. First and foremost, we got Kai in the building. What's going on, dog?
Having a very British Christmas.
Very. I was about to say, how British is a British Christmas?
It's actually not being that British, to be honest. It's just the voice. That's what we're going for.
That's fair. That's fair.
On the 24th, they all clean out the chimneys.
I mean, the closest I've got is I have actually been cleaning my fireplace, and Bernie would say, you know, that's that.
That's crazy, man. Well,
I'm telling you.
Listen, I hope the voice is well rested after singing Chim Chimney for like 4 hours. But you know, you got that, dog. We here with you. And my other podcast partner in crime, he is Wen Easy. What's going on, Wen?
Hey, what's up, guys? I hope you guys had a great Christmas, or whatever holiday you celebrate.
Facts. All the holidays out there, man. And you could bless us with a nice gift out here. You could bless us with a solid one by rating this podcast 5 stars, checking out all the content everywhere. Again, on all audio podcast platforms, we are No Cooldown Podcast. We should be right there. YouTube.com/@NoCooldown. No Cooldown Podcast on Twitter or X. No Cooldown on Blue Sky. Make sure you go check us out on Blue Sky because that's bubbling up slowly. And again, No Cooldown Podcast everywhere else. With that being said, we have a lot of stuff to cover before we get out of here for the year. So are we ready, gentlemen?
We are ready.
All right, just about, man. Let's get to it. Listen, the Game Awards 2024. Let's talk about it. Let's recap it. Let's review it again. Pretty much one of the marquee, if not the marquee event for gaming announcements and the plaudits and seeing who rounded out the best choice awards for the years. You know, a lot of stuff was going on. The Glaze meter was online. If you caught the No Cooldown stream for the Game Awards, the co-stream, it was a good time. It was a fun time. We saw everything go down. So we're gonna break it down like this, y'all. We're gonna go to the winners, we're gonna go for the moments, and then go for all the announcements. So let's start at the winners, and let's start right at the top, man. Let's start right at Game of the Year. All right, this was serious business. We got to get to the big conversation about it because in this corner we had Balatro, Black with Wukong, Elden Ring Shadow with the Erdtree DLC, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor ReFantazio, and the winner, Astrobot from Team Asobi. Astrobot actually took Game of the Year. The wild card pick that Kai dropped from like whatever episode, I can't remember, like 1 or 2 ago. It won. Astrobot won. Listen, Brett, how y'all feel, man? Listen, Kai, you guessed it first. I'll go to you first. How do you feel that Astrobot won?
Oh, I couldn't care less, mate.
It's not my game.
It's not my game. I just do it win. I just, you know, I had the foresight, you know.
I'm dead. Jesus. All right.
I saw the smile on my little brother's face when he was playing that game, and I was like, that's it.
That's Game of the Year right there.
He knew.
It's a Groundhog Day for games.
I'm dead. He knew. Well, listen, fingers crossed there's more context in it. How did you feel that like, Astrobot won Game of the Year?
I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, it felt like one of those. It felt like when It Takes Two won, where everybody was like, a lot of people were fucking pissed when It Takes Two won. A lot of people were pissed. But then, like, I played the game and I'm like, man, I see why this shit won. This shit is a game. Like, this is like, don't get me wrong, when the fucking cinematic masterpiece that is fucking Elden Ring or your fucking 30 hours no cut God of Wars win Game of the Year, like you gotta give it to him, right? Like, you know what's up. This was generated to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was like fucking what's his name? The water dude in SpongeBob. Is it Neptune? Is that fucking
which water dude? King Neptune?
Yeah, King Neptune. When King Neptune built all those fucking Krabby Patties with magic, you're like, oh yeah, this shit's gotta be easy for him. But when SpongeBob tucks the little pickles in, that's the fucking shit I'm looking for. That's why that shit won. It had the pickles tucked in. They weren't tucking pickles in over there at fucking the DLC for fucking Elden Ring. But them boys that team us up, bro, they cooked. That game, I bought it. Like literally, it won. And the same thing that happened when fucking It Takes Two won. I went and bought It Takes Two, so I'm like, I gotta see what the fuck they're talking about. And that shit is gas. Like it is a game. Like it is through a game. You're not looking for the craziest graphics. You're not looking for the craziest story. You're looking for the fun gameplay mechanics that you were not expecting to be in this game. And that's exactly what fucking Astrobot is. Like it is just a genuinely fun game. It's really cool. Honestly, like it just feels like every time games like this win, it feels like we kind of hit a reset. We're like, oh, all right, everybody, let's get back to ground zero and let's figure out what the fuck makes games good. But like when something like a God of War wins, you're like, all right, we need better cinematics. We need to have the camera rolling nonstop. We need to have it like butter. Like it's like
the camera rolling.
But like that's literally how a lot of people think. Like, oh shit, fucking Dark Souls 3 1. All right, we need to make every game fucking impossible. There cannot be any fucking fun, and it gotta be unforgiving as shit. And it's like, nah, let's hit a quick reset, and hopefully we get some more fucking cool Astrobot shit. You know, hopefully, fingers crossed.
That's like one of the issues with the industry. Like, everybody's just like, oh, success. I want some.
Let's just do what they did.
It's actually such a huge problem.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong, man. You're not wrong. And I every year we just hope that there's just the semblance and the idea crystallizes in people's heads that you can define that in your own ways. But again, the powers that be only sees what's big and blockbuster as the best, and that's not ever been an equivalent, in my opinion, in the gaming industry. Again, games from a whole bunch of lanes can be seen as, again, viable fun. I'm telling you, in the grand scheme of things, like you can look at Balatro, again, we'll talk about it in a little bit as well, but like you can look at Balatro as like it got nominated for Game of the Year, and it's made by one motherfucking guy. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't the worst subjectively or objectively game on that list, if you want to, you know what I'm saying, compare how fun it was and how much it deserved to be in that category. There's so much that can come from it. So me seeing Astrobot win, it's such a good feeling. Again, I was scared because I'm like, if you gonna put all this DLC and metaphor up, there's some real heavy hitters, bro. But Astrobot was through and through, like Gwen said, just a game made with love, bro. A game that had real, true fun at the core of it, and it was brought in a good package that I don't think we've been getting enough of in mainstream levels, like platforming, man. A damn good platforming game. It works wonders. I like it. Almost nothing like it. You know what I'm saying? So if this sets tones for things, I hope it sets the tone that the gaming industry at the top level, and to be recognized at the top level, you don't have to have 30-40 hour nonstop cutscenes, you know what I'm saying, one camera angle to rule them all. You don't need crazy, you know what I'm saying, upscale to the wall, like balls to the wall graphics in Unreal Engine. You don't need any of those things to build a fun experience. Some of the highest rated games this year, what was it, UFO 50, like Neva or Neva, again, this game Astrobot, Balatro, like some of the highest rated joints from this year had no, you know what I'm saying, didn't put a finger graphic fidelity wise, but they still stood out in their own right as beautiful, fun, vibrant games. If you can, like as a message to the industry, man, if you can see it and you can sense the fun in it, you don't have to conform to what that definition of box office blockbuster success is in one or two lanes. It's not fucking binary, bro. This gaming shit is anybody can eat if you have fun and quality at the core of it, and that's defined in your own way. That's what it is at the end of the day. This is the chaos message I wanted to send. Again, like the full reset mode, like y'all said, a full reset of the industry. Like, bro, you don't have to have an additional DLC on a crazy magnum opus game. Again, like Miyazaki and Shadow of the Erdtree DLC to be Game of the Year. You don't have to do all this. You know what I'm saying? It's open season, and I hope the industry kind of sees it as like, damn, we can like scale it back. We can get maybe get a little bit smaller, you know, focus on the gameplay loop rather than just the scale of everything and all that stuff. Maybe we should put out more platformers. Maybe we should make things a bit more vibrant and free. You know, I hope this sends the proper message to the industry, like, yo, it don't matter what's going on. you can still build fun in your own way, and that can translate to people more than you'd believe. That's what I want. So I'm happy about this. I'm happy about that. And you know, Astrobot, that's dope. And again, they doubled up and they took best direction as well. Was a telltale sign. I was like surprised. Even when they took best direction, I was like, damn, they took that. And we were just sitting there kind of talking through it, and like they took Game of the Year as well. But while we're here, before we kind of get on to the rest of it, I just thought it was hilarious how Shadow of the Erdtree basically got nominated for everything to win absolutely nothing, and that's crazy. Like, can we just highlight how crazy it is? You wanted to get them in the door just for everybody else to be like, nah, it wasn't better than Astrobot though. Lock that out. So the hubbub and the fuss about it is insane. I don't know how y'all felt about it, but it was like, damn, y'all showed up just to get stunk out. There was a whole ruckus about y'all for nothing.
It was stupid. Like it just was so dumb. I really do wish it would have won something, because then it would have validated like its purpose in being there. But it truly, the thing is, when I make some of these wild ass accusations, like Jeff Keighley only did this shit to get LinkedIn likes. I be doing that shit just for the joke. But man, this shit might be real. Like all good jokes contain true shit, it seems, because this shit is looking crazy for you, Jeff, my boy. Like, this shit is bananas. How is the homie really sitting there said, yo, put him in that category, put him in this category? I was expecting to see them motherfuckers in debut indie at one point. Like, I wouldn't have been surprised.
Hey, yo.
And then they didn't get shit. And you changed the rules. You didn't even, like, and the thing is, like, I don't even want to say he changed the rules, but when you got to make a statement about the rules, and I'm looking at this rule on Twitter again for like the second time in my life, I'm like, oh, this motherfucker had to post this shit to validate it. You're doing a lot of explaining. Like, if your homeboy girlfriend catches him cheating and he over here trying to explain the story to you with 3 different fucking layers of context, I don't know, motherfucker. It sounds like you cheating. Like, this shit, it feels like you're lying to me.
You're doing a lot of work to explain this.
You're doing a lot of work to explain TLC in Game of the Year, bro. Like, it's just like, it's like, no, bro. 2 + 2 = 5. If you remember that the one at the beginning of math itself, it's like episode of SpongeBob when Squidward was actually about to eat the Krabby Patty, and then SpongeBob caught him, and he's like, yo, what do you mean? He said, you don't understand, SpongeBob. I'm like, it's like, I do not have a patty. Like, Jeff, just say, hey, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. I thought this shit was hard. I'm throwing it in there. It's my award show. I would have respected that more. I'm like, hey, at least he's a man. At least he's keeping it a bean. Don't try to fucking lawyer your way out of this. When I need interpretation of rules, come on, bro. What are we doing? It's games. You're making this shit way deeper than it has to be.
Honestly, I just thought it was crazy. I'm like, dog, you did all that just for an extra trailer, which we'll get to that in another part of this segment. But like, damn, it's wild. It's wild, man. But we can move on here. We can talk about the best narrative and best art, because they did go to the same person. Metaphor ReFantazio swept up in those 2 categories. Got the again little, you know what I'm saying? Got the smaller range of the big 4, but they still got 2 of them joints. Man, pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward, right? Yeah,
I think that's a metaphor. And Atlas game winning best narrative. Yeah, that's obvious. Just like par for the course.
100%. And best art, honestly, that was pretty close, but like they had some real vibrant visuals. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god,
they had some real vibrant shit. That's hard to beat. That's hard.
I want some of like the monsters.
No, sorry, go.
No, that's like I want some of the character designs as like paintings on my walls. Like it feels fucking it. Some of the fucking stills are like breathtaking.
No, insane.
I was gonna say that, like, I feel like nowadays, especially for me, it's like, I think everything that's getting nominated is to a certain standard. So it's like, what stands out to me when it comes to like art direction category. So definitely well deserved from them.
I also think that category is so, and I don't want to say subjective, but it's so difficult, right? Because if you have something like a Limbo, right, go up against a Metaphor, like Limbo has its own art, like it's very in its own unique, and it's in the way that it does its stuff. So like, what would win in that setting, or like how we define this? So like when somebody wins best art, I don't think that's like, if I lost that category, I couldn't really be too upset about my game, because I'm like, I mean, it's so subjective. I feel.
I think like to the average person that actually votes, it's like, what's the most colorful?
Yeah, like motherfuckers are like, this is kind of pretty.
Yeah,
bro.
Like everyone's getting to that kind of stage where it's like, Blacksmith looked amazing, but it's like,
but the
yeah,
art
it's gonna be like 50 of these and like,
yeah,
you know?
but
Yeah.
it wasn't too striking. The art in Blacksmith is really good. Don't get me wrong. I would get a whole steelbook and shit of that because I just love the source material and where that stuff comes from. So that's just me. But it's not as like when you put it up against Metaphor ReFantazio, it's just not as striking and it isn't as consistent throughout, you know, these things when it comes down to, you know, the environments and everything like that. It doesn't pan out to the level of extent, to that intensity that ReFantazio has. So I'm like, you know, I can see the difference. You can see the difference in some of those things.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we can slide on here. Best score was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is fair. Their score was again substantial. Like, what are you gonna do? They got juggernauts over there, bro. So Square Enix will never skimp on the music department. They will never ever do that in their lifetime, and I commend them. I commend them for that. You know what I'm saying?
I can't hate it, I guess.
Cannot hate on them at all for that. Let's see. Moving down here, the best performance was Melina. I was about to say, did I typo this? Melinda or Melina? Thank you. It was Melina. Melina Juergens. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I thought I freaking typoed. It was Melina Juergens for Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not mad at that whatsoever. It is literally like, bro, she is playing. Like, that's James McAvoy level type of like performance when you're dealing with multiple personalities or things like that in your head. To go, you know what I'm saying, 2 for 2 in different years. I don't mind that at all. You know what I'm saying? The game was a slideshow, like, you know, like in terms of length, it was like 45 minutes, but she's still balling.
Yeah. No,
it was a great performance.
Yeah, you can't knock her. You can't knock her, man. Best ongoing game here between Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 16. 14, my bad. Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and Destiny 2. Helldivers 2 actually took that. They took that. Best ongoing game. They got something on the board. How y'all feel about that one?
This one wasn't a surprise, but like at the same time, it kind of was, if that makes sense. It was kind of like, because I've seen some of the updates they're doing, and like for sure, it looks like people are having fun. But I kind of thought, you know, after the whole controversy of like the whole PlayStation stuff, I kind of heard way less about this game. So I kind of just thought people just kind of swept under the rug out of like pure outrage. But it's cool to see it's doing good though.
Nah, there was still a strong contingent of people who were still playing through that. Again, even despite that, they were like, yo, I think more the anger and vitriol was just more towards Sony, because people was like, yo,
towards Sony, yeah.
They were like, bro, why'd y'all put it on this game? This game is great. Why would you do this to this game? And they're still gonna play it. I think it started to dwindle over summer just because other games were releasing, and there was a lot of like flack back and forth with like the balancing. Gwen, correct me if I'm wrong, with like some of like the and
the balancing was also a thing. I also think, and like I genuinely, and this may be a crazy take, but I think some of the people who were like actively pushing to people to stop playing this game or like not play this game anymore or whatever, some of them were kind of full of it, because they were just like, well, new games are dropping, so they're just like, I'm not going to play this game anymore because it's trying to take my information and I'm not with that. That's why I'm going to go play this new game that I bought yesterday. It has nothing to do with the fact that this new game that I bought yesterday is a new game that I want to play right now, but the fact that I'm taking a stand. That's really what it felt like. I'm like, well, a lot of you guys already gave them the information if that's the case. And don't get me wrong, I'm not arguing. I think if you don't want to play this shit because you don't want to have fucking PlayStation shit on your computer, I 1,000,000,000% understand it. I'm not saying that that's an unvalid reason, but let's call a spade. A lot of the fucking content creators who were doing it, like, y'all were already gonna play different games. That is not pretend like you guys didn't already buy all the battle passes, complete the shit y'all needed to do. Come on, bro, let's keep it a bean. Because like my ass, I just wasn't playing the game. It wasn't because I didn't want to play it, because I just didn't have people who were playing it, because we were all playing a billion different things.
Yeah, it's just that, literally just it was mainly the time gap for rational people. For rational people, you can come with whatever, you know what I'm saying, reasoning you want, but they still kept like a consistent, like what, around like 20,000 people roughly. I think that was probably the average when it was at its lowest. And that's still solid. That's
amazing.
Like,
people don't understand that. Like, there are like, I think some of the big 3 fighting games were like Street Fighter, Tekken, and let's say Guilty Gear. Fucking peak Street Fighter at the time was not hitting those numbers. Yeah. Not peak, but like now, if I was to look up Street Fighter 6 right now, like, I'm pretty sure it's not hitting 20,000 people online. Now I'll check the Steam numbers. I'll just check the Steam numbers, and I'll get back to you. But like, it's just like, people don't understand what numbers look like, because they're like, oh, a player drop off? What? This game must be ass. It's like, no, motherfuckers have other games to play.
Yeah, as of 15 minutes ago, Street Fighter 6 is on 80 to 8,300 people.
8,300.
Yeah, 8,300.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, 8,294. 24-hour peak was 26,266. So
yeah,
they can hit that in a day. That's solid in a day. You know what I'm saying? Like that's healthy numbers. It's healthy.
It's great. But that's the thing is this is also like a AAA pushed game. Like this is big, major, important. Like Helldivers isn't that. Helldivers is literally not even a competitive game. It's just a game you play with your friends. It's not even something you need to grind out like that.
Yeah,
facts. It's one of those, and the fact that they've engaged people to this degree, it's a testament to all their hard work, man. Again, it's just like people have.
You know how many people are playing Helldivers right now? Actually,
yeah. Shoot,
we're looking at 74,000 people in the last 60 minutes. 88,000 people in the last 24 hours.
88K peak during Christmas time with all these games dropping and people getting a bunch of different stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, it's not. I don't understand. If you think that this game has had a bad life cycle, you don't understand life cycle.
Bro, it's literally that, man. It's like, I think people, again, they judge by absolutes. They judge by the absolute best in a certain category, and everything under that is an automatic failure when, again, the spectrum is a much broader than what they're thinking. Like, I feel like people see, live concurrent numbers, and they automatically think, Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite, the biggest games in any space, in any type of, thing, regardless of context, and they just look at the pure number of, this game, I'm saying, Fortnite dropped like 1 million players today, and they got 20,000, they're dead. Like, no, that doesn't necessarily mean that.
People also forget that console is still one of the biggest gaming platforms.
Also, and also very true.
They'll be like, this game's dead. Go on SteamDB, and then it's like,
facts, literally, and almost exclusively, it'll always come from Steam charts, and people are like, yeah, bro. So where are the console numbers though? Because for all these games, like most people probably play this shit casually on console. Like, come on, dog.
Especially when the game is on Switch
free game too.
Oh, free games? If that shit's on Switch, because Nintendo never releases their numbers. Like, people really don't know. Like, for all we know, there could be 500 people playing Smash right now, but people be like, it's still the biggest game out there. And it's like, I don't know. We don't know the numbers. It could literally be whatever. Like, y'all doing vibe checks on stats and statistics. Like,
Facts, bro. Y'all are not real people, man. Not real people at all. Insane. But nah, Helldivers 2 did take that category. We can slide on here. We can talk about Balatro, because they did a triple sweep. Let me see. They did best indie, best debut indie, and best mobile game. Balatro took all three. You know what I'm saying? No questions asked. I don't even remember what else in the other categories, but it was like, hey, Balatro back to back to back, bang. Pretty well deserved, right?
Bro, I don't know what to tell you. I'm playing Balatro on my phone right now. Like, what? This game is addictive, bro.
Oh shoot, man.
Yeah, Balatro is like, I say this shit with like my whole chest. I truly do feel like in a couple of years, Balatro will be on the Xbox Game Pass, and it will be like Microsoft's Balatro. Like, they will buy that shit out for like $1 billion, and they're gonna put it on every PC. Like, I'm so serious.
It's gonna be a new space pinball. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. Windows 12, Balatro as a main. I'm telling you, dog. If Windows 12 has Balatro as a main, as like the solitaire, I'm gonna need money.
Crazy.
I'm gonna need somebody to send me some money.
Nah,
that's
insane.
$1 or something.
That's an insane.
I'm making that crazy call, but you know that it's possible. You know that you see it.
That's not. I see it. That's a crazy vision, but I see the vision. That's wild right there. But listen. It's fucking Balatro. What do y'all want? What do y'all want from us, bro? It's Balatro. It was gonna sweep all the indie categories without question. You know what I'm saying? Anything that has to concern mobile or indie, it was Balatro this year. No other thing. Again, the fact that they got nominated for Game of the Year should tell you everything else below it. It is more than likely going to get something out of it. You know what I mean? So that was just par for the course, in my opinion. We can slide on here and move to probably a bit more. You know what I'm saying? Contested categories. Best action. I believe the nominees in this category were Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2, and the winner was Black Myth Wukong from Game Science. I know this was a tougher category. I think you went Warhammer on this one. How'd you feel about it?
I went Warhammer, but I'm not upset at Warhammer losing. Somebody put it actually in a really, really good. Somebody like explained why they weren't having too much fun with Warhammer, and I think that they were absolutely right. Like, after a while, you kind of do get tired of the mundane shit, and I think the game suffered in and of itself from having one main. Like, they had two enemy types, but that really was about it. And Black Myth winning 100%. I would think the inner Warhammer fan in me wanted to win. I will say I know when I'm wrong, and I was wrong. I did say that it was gonna win, and it didn't. But I think like now, when I take the rose-colored glasses off, I'm like, yeah, like nah. It didn't have enough juice. Like it just didn't have enough juice. You only had 6 side missions. Like I beat the campaign in 8 hours. Like Black Myth is a gift that keeps giving. There's so much in that game.
Nah, you just, again, I think it was just a really, really like solid, great experience. Like it's just, when it comes to the gameplay, again, the literal point of the category, the action of it, it gave so much. It gave a lot with the flash, with the systems, with the bosses. It gave a lot. And again, Game Science's first, pitch out. There's obviously stuff they have to work on to, go forward. But the combat loop and making that feel as fun as possible, I think they did very, very well for themselves. And they put out a great kind of first stake and statement saying, yo, listen, this is the level that we can, put our feet on and say, yo, we're gonna build from this and create something bigger beyond this, if they so choose to. But listen, so far, the Black Myth Wukong was a really, really great game, and especially when it comes to action, they did that, bro. So gotta take it. Moving forward here, best action adventure was Astrobot. I believe the other category contenders were Prince of Persia: Lost Crown, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, and Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. Listen, it won Game of the Year, dog. I don't know. What else do you want? Like it's taking that. Simple. You know what I mean? And then in the best multiplayer spot, which you could argue outside of Game of the Year and the top 4, this is probably one of the hardest categories to really call for, honestly. We had Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, and the winner was Helldivers 2. They came out and they got 2 awards. They got best multiplayer, man. How'd y'all feel about that?
Bro, who the hell snuck Tekken in here?
Wow. Oh, hey. Hey, listen, I know the community is at odds with that game for reasons I will discuss later, which is funny as shit. But hey, man, Tekken, listen, it's one of the best fighting games. It's the best fighting game of the year. Obviously, they won fighting game of the year, but like, come on now. They came out swinging. They came out swinging very, very heavily. Probably put out, again, one of the best in the, in the genre over the past few years. So you got to give them that. No,
I will 100% give them that. I just them being on here is just like, I don't think they can really compete.
It's tough. It's definitely harder to get that. Yeah, their burden of proof is like much harder to nail as a fighting game, I feel like.
Yeah. So, and this is what was the category again?
Best multiplayer.
Oh yeah, no, Tekken wasn't winning that. I'm sorry. Like as somebody who's played Tekken multiplayer a lot, this shit is ass. It's also a 1v1 game. Like that's not. It's like duo player. It's not multi's a little. It's doing a little heavy lifting there. It's duo player. Let's be.
Not win that one.
Yeah.
Nah, I understand. But yeah, we could do that. And then the last major award that we'll cover here is the best adaptation. It was The Knuckles Show on Paramount, Like a Dragon Yakuza, Tomb Raider: Legend of Lara Croft, Arcane, and Fallout. And the winner was Fallout. Fallout did win over Arcane, which everybody was like, oh shit, what? Okay, but I understand it because Fallout was fucking amazing. So
it was good. I love Arcane. But I think what hurt Arcane a lot was its rollout was like why are we doing
the stagger?
Like why are we doing this shit? Can we not do this?
It's so bad. Like can we just PSA like please stop fucking doing this shit?
Facts.
Like so bad. It's super annoying. So like a lot of the shit doesn't even when you gotta wait a week for fucking big moments to actually hit, for shit to pay off, like it just isn't that. Fallout was really, really good. It also, this is the first we've seen of Fallout 2, so it not winning is like, I think is a bit of a slap in the face if they didn't win, because at the end of the day, dog, this is the first time we've seen this shit is done to this degree. Like we know Arcane's gonna be gas, no matter what. We know that's just gonna be heat, and it was amazing, but a live action Fallout, like this shit is pretty, like this is a little bit of a high bar if you would ask me. I would not have thought it was gonna be as good as it was, and it is actually really fucking good.
Nah, 100. It was literally only them or Arcane to win it this year. Honestly, I didn't see enough. Yeah, I have not watched the Knuckles Show whatsoever. Like a Dragon Yakuza, they said that thing. They were like not looking at the series whatsoever. And I was like, all right, bro, yeah, I got it. Yeah, sit over there. You're not winning shit. So
I have yet to watch it. I've yet to watch that shit.
I must say I watched a little bit of Tomb Raider Legends of Lara Croft, but it's like different somehow. I don't know how to explain it in comparison to other like Lara Croft like personas and properties that have like been there. Like her character is kind of different, which is, I don't know if it's good or bad. It's just different. But the animation actually was solid, so I'm not even gonna be mad at that. It was decent so far that I watched, but it was really only Arcane and Fallout. But Fallout, they do that shit for the love of the game, bro. I don't know what you want to say. Like it's really that.
Yeah.
It's really that.
No, Fallout is really good, and I haven't seen the Lara Croft one, and it's mostly just because I've seen that level of animation from so many different Netflix shows, so it kind of falls into like this like pit of like. Go ahead, guy.
I saw a clip and I was like, "Is this Dota?" Like
it looked like Dota. It looks like Kong Skull Island. It looks like kind of like Seis Manos. Like it just Netflix has this fucking go-to like default template that they use. And it's really bad.
Yeah. Nah,
it's not even. It's like I wouldn't hate it if one show did it, but when every show does it, I just don't really. It doesn't pull me in. Arcane looks striking. It's a whole different. But that obviously one of the most expensive shows ever made.
Yeah.
But it's just whoa. Like you see where the money's going. When you see Lara Croft, I'm like. Am I watching Lara Croft or is this Kong Skull Island? And if you watch a trailer for both those, put it on mute, watch a trailer for both of those things. Tell me those things don't happen at the same time.
That shit could have been Voltron for a kid, bro. Like,
no, you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Like Voltron is happening in a different planet. It's all in the same universe.
No, you're not. Y'all not wrong, man. Y'all not wrong. They gotta do more to make that distinctive in this art. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah,
that's
they
correct.
do.
They definitely got work and do all that shit. But yeah, that's all the major awards we'll cover. You know what I'm saying? The rest was the rest. Y'all know what it is with that. But I want to go forward to the next segment here and talk about the moments. The moments. There were a lot of moments, and we want to kind of simplify it. There was a bunch of stuff that happened. Again, just the show being more direct with the mentions of the layoffs, the musical performances, all the glazing moments, the what's it called, the Muppets, and then they were just all throughout the show and stuff like that. The Game Changers Award. I just want to ask, what was your favorite moment? I'll go to each of us and kind of give your synopsis of your favorite moment, just to keep it, you know what I'm saying, down a little bit, because there was a lot of stuff that we went through in the show. Kyle, I'll go to you first. If you watched the show back or caught any little bit of it, what was your favorite part that you saw that wasn't exactly like a game award?
This is like really stupid, but I actually really enjoyed when the Helldivers like bit came out.
The Helldivers guy from Super Earth. Yeah. Listen, they do rollouts right, bro. They be doing rollouts right.
They really do. They really do.
And that shit, they said dropping right now, dog. I was like, this is. If I wasn't running a stream, and by the way, my computer did crash on that. I was running a stream, editing and uploading videos all at the same time. My computer definitely fucking shit itself. I definitely do think that shit was really good because they were like, yo, this is the end. Like, this is right now. If you were just watching it on your computer or whatever, like, you would have went and downloaded that shit right away. Because I wanted to so bad.
Yeah, nah, honestly, bro.
That was a cool way to do it. I always love when they get like just more creative with it, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
It's one thing that marketing team definitely like is strong on.
Facts.
Yeah. It's not a 30-minute thing either. They're just like, yo, this shit's out. Look at this cool trailer. We're done. All right. Next thing. Let's keep it moving. It's not like, all right, Call of Duty, let's come up here and let's discuss every minute detail of this 10 minutes of gameplay. It's like, yeah, you can mantle this wall or you can crouch behind it. Whoa! Like, Jesus Christ.
I don't even think that's like a bad way to demo your game. It's just you need to make this digestible for the average person. It's like I thought they sit in those like massive studios and they literally make streams for like the 60 players in the quad league, like
and that's what it is, bro. Like
where the average gamer just wants you to recreate a meme in your game, throw some explosions, have a massive title, and say download now.
Facts.
Yeah, or even just like if you're gonna do a big ass rollout, don't put it in between a show where you're showing me like I'm doing TikTok style of content right now, like 1 minute trailer, 2 minute trailer, 1 minute trailer, 2 minute trailer. All right, here's 8 minutes of Call of Duty. Like I love it when they put it at the end. Yeah, because I can go watch that shit later. Don't fucking put that shit in the middle of it. I'm not gonna watch this shit. I'm gonna leave.
Yes. Nah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, man. But again, the Helldivers, they definitely did do it right. I ain't gonna lie. What was your favorite moment?
The Game Changer award was definitely moving. Like, damn, like somebody was cutting onions in the fucking stream because that shit.
Facts.
Your boy almost, because the thing is, it's something that does affect a lot of people. A lot of people have no job security, job instability, and I think knowing, like Jeff Keighley being like, "Yo, let's take our time to honor this shit," is like amazing. Coming from the man who will be like, "Let's take our time to watch this fucking Zack Snyder Netflix TV film that nobody's gonna watch." Like, I like it when we use the Game Awards to actually like celebrate gaming. I know that's a hard concept to come with, but like I fucking love it when we actually do the thing we're here for, and it's not just fucking famous people coming up and saying shit, like, hey. But I would say that was probably one of my favorite moments. Yeah, and I think the trailer for Witcher 4 was also probably a really, really dope moment.
Yeah, nah, for real, man. We definitely gonna talk about that a little bit in a second. But I will say, honorable mentions. 2 honorable mentions. My actual one. I know you just said, hey, fuck celebrities coming out, but one of my favorite moments was actually Harrison Ford coming out as Indiana Jones and shit during that little segment, because like, oh shit, that's wow. And it just doubles down the fact that he hates Star Wars so much, but he loves everything else, and it's just so funny to me. Again, I'm a fan of all those things, but to see the Star Wars fandom especially get spited by one of their most like known notable characters, it's funny as shit to me every time, and I love it, bro. So
bro is just angry.
Bro, he angry at them specifically. At them specifically. Everybody else, he got love. He dropped into Marvel. He dropped it into Indiana Jones. All this other stuff. He calm. He cool. He love that. But Star Wars. Fuck y'all.
Look at the fan base.
Exactly.
I wouldn't like them either. Like, imagine being in a movie and being like, somebody coming up to you like, oh my god, I am a new actor. I literally just got onto the set. I'm a huge fan of you, Harrison. Like, I love your work. You're the reason I started acting. Da 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 da. And then finding out the community that you are making a movie for made that woman delete her Twitter and never wants to step outside a day in her life. Like, that's the type of people they are. So yeah, him being like, fuck that franchise, I understand it 100%. I get it 1000%. It's like, I don't want to be associated with these people.
Nasty. Yeah. That 100%. You're not even wrong. And then just that moment was just double funny because again, Harrison Ford was just out there, was being dope, giving his flowers to the game because, like, just love from there. And also, like, Todd Howard was so short in comparison to Troy Baker and both of them. It was just fun. That was just funny. Love the Todd Howard. I love
He looked like a pop figure.
He looked
like a pop figure. You're telling me how he did it?
He did. No. And they were
all respect to Mr. Howard.
They were memeing him too. Shout out Todd Howard, man. Love that dude. But it was just funny seeing the differral. It was just really
Give
funny.
me a life-size Christmas ornament of Todd
Howard. When they revealed the like small Wolverine version.
Yeah.
That was like exactly how I felt. I was like, wait.
Hey, yo. SMOL.
Who here made Fallout? He just jumps off the stool. I did.
Oh man.
That's nasty work. It's nasty, but shout out to Howard. But that's one honorable mention moment. The other honorable mention, I do gotta shout the Muppets, bro. At first,
they were funny.
We were in the live stream. One was like, "Oh, the Muppets! What are they doing here? Ew!" And as it went on, one started laughing more and more. I was like, "Bro, let these 2 old men cook. They know what they're doing. I was like, "No, wait." So they was letting it fly, bro. So shout out to the writers and shout out to them, bro. That was dope moments. And in that, they was like, "Oh yeah, man." He's like, "Jeff is real good friends with Kojima." He's like, "Does Kojima know that?" And Kojima's face when they panned.
Dog, like that fucking, like that level of accuracy is what I look for. When they did that, I was like, nah, I was wrong. Y'all got me. Whoever
punches.
Like, you know what that moment is? It is fucking, what's his name from wrestling? Paul Heyman from wrestling telling Vince McMahon, hey, I'm gonna do this, but you can't get mad at me.
Yeah, it's like, this is real shooting from the hip, bro. You say yes, I'm gonna do it. I can't pull back now.
Like that writer may not be there next year, but this year was his year.
so that was really funny. Shout out to the Muppets, man. They ain't did me wrong yet. They ain't done me wrong yet in this life, man. So there's one, and I think I agree with you. When my favorite moment was definitely the Game Changers Award. Again, it's an industry, this entire like laden through the show was just pure mention of like, yo, this shit is not right, this layoff shit, and how the industry's been stunted so much, and kind of putting a lot of that energy into the Game Changers Award for the first time, introducing it here and then giving it to this guy who, again, used his free time to literally help thousands of people get the right resources that they need that's incredible. That's incredible, and that's something that needed to be said. And I'm glad it was at that stage, at that level, and really given flowers in such a serious, critical time for the motherfuckers who make the stuff that we love. You know what I'm saying? It was important, and it was just a really feel good moment. There was some dumb dickheads who tried to say like, oh man, he just made a free spreadsheet. Like after the show, he was like, there was some guy who made a thread of like, oh, he just made a free spreadsheet and stuff. Anybody could have did that. He didn't really help anybody. I'm like, bro, what the fuck did you do, gang?
You do
what
anything?
Did you
like,
do, nigga?
You on Twitter on your lunch break? Suck my dick.
Facts, bro. From the back, nigga. Like, yo, shut up, bro.
I wasn't gonna touch on that because that was like,
please go in.
That was the first thing I saw, and I was just like, bro, you people are just unhappy. Like,
no, they're miserable, bro. They're miserable.
Like, he did nothing wrong. It's not like he, you know, I don't even know how I can spin this in a bad way off the top of my head. Like,
how?
Like, I went out and did on my own time. I made a spreadsheet. Like, are you doing that, brother? It's like, no, you got friends who are unemployed right now, and you're not even sending them shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not even helping the people in your life. He's going out of his way to help people he's never met. Like, bro, eat a dick, bro. Facts. Like, that's what it comes down. Motherfuckers don't know what good deeds are because they've never done it themselves. Bro. They've never gotten help, so they see shit like this. It's like, well, that's pointless. I could have did that, but you didn't, and that's the thing. You didn't do it. Shut the fuck up. You're not involved in this. Go back to where you were before all of this started, because this has nothing to do with you. 100. Nobody wants to know what you have to say. Honestly, I haven't been on Twitter in so long, and I'm happy for it because I really don't want to hear the thoughts of people with no thoughts. That is all that shit is. It's motherfuckers with no brains and no thinking telling me shit that they think I need to know. Like, bro, I don't want to know what is going on in the void. I don't care what's going on in the void. I'm nowhere near it. You're good.
Slam poetry snaps, bro. I don't want to hear the thoughts of people with no thoughts. That's a bar and a half. Bro. That might be the main clip. Damn, bro. But hey, listen, if you want to hear thoughts of people who do have thoughts, like no cooldown.bluesky.social, you know what I'm saying? You can go check Blue Sky on there. But I agree with you, dog. It's like, again, these motherfuckers do absolutely nothing for nobody. They wouldn't know good help if it uppercutted them in the middle of the street. So why are you having an opinion on this now? But I'm glad people were rightfully stomping that guy out on the timeline and just laying into him, and also giving love to the guy who actually, again, won the award. That's just
but that shit pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because now he's gonna get money for it. Like, that's what we have. That's the fucking infrastructure that Twitter is. It's like he got stomped out, shit on, and he's gonna collect a check for it.
Yeah, I know. It's so ass. It's so ass.
Dog, it's so ass backwards.
That's why we should go and push this somewhere else. Go to Blue Sky,
yeah,
man. Go to
dog, leave that platform. That shit is just full of idiots.
Yeah, man. On some real. But again, the big thing was just focusing on how much they did like directly say, yo, these layoff shit, this shit ain't right. Something's got to change about it. And again, showcasing somebody who's been doing something about it that was a dope moment. Was glad to see it. So that was really cool. That was my moments. But we can move on and slide through the final part of this and talk about the announcements, what we really came here for, what we really came to see. And there was a lot of them for the pre-show all the way down, so I'm gonna try and do this in rough chronological order. So let's start through it. In the pre-show, we had a whole new iteration for a new Ninja Gaiden game called Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. Just side-scrolling back. I'm pretty sure the difficulty is still going to be there. It's going to be out in summer 2025. Kai, I'm going to ask you the question I always ask you in a second, but what do you think about it?
I thought it was pretty sick. I actually really think it's dope. I went and re-downloaded Messenger because I have that game and I haven't touched it. But that game looks really fucking good, and I'm happy that it's connected to the Ninja Gaiden. I think it's time for Ninja Gaiden to come back. I've been playing a little bit of the old ones. That shit is pretty hard. I think we need to go back to that. That shit is pretty. It's hard, but it's hard. Like it's dope. It's really fucking good.
That's real difficulty, gang. I ain't gonna lie, bro. They give you no mercy. I'm like, yo,
dog. Fucking Elden Ring. Fuck what you heard. Tap into this shit right here, and it's like it's a difficulty that's difficult. But when you cook, you're like, damn, I'm the fucking go.
Honestly, bro, and Kai, here comes the question: do you know that Ninja Gaiden is a series that has existed before 2008?
No.
Goddamn. square. I'm really gonna make a series of showing you old shit and just seeing like the I forget what videos where like the young like old people sit down and react to videos or whatever. I'm gonna sit you down that way. I was about to say and just show you old footage. Jeez, man.
If only we had a studio to get the right layout. Like literally the young people reacting just so you can look off the camera like, is this real?
Listen, I'm gonna get angel investors for this shit. I'm telling you, bro. We're gonna make this work. We're gonna make this work, man. But we can slide on to the next one here. We had Thick as Thieves, which is a brand new game. And it basically is kind of like a stealth multiplayer I guess a stealth multiplayer thief game. Is launching in 2026. I believe it's kind of like there's certain objectives on a map, like you steal certain artifacts or things, and it's kind of like a race in certain ways. Multiple ways to approach the map, multiple ways to attain the objective or whatever. But you're also playing against other people, so sabotage and other things will be involved. I know you had a little bit of thoughts on it. What's it called, Kai? I know you saw it before. You took a little bit of interest to it. What'd you think?
Bro, I think this concept is sick. Like, I can't wait for this to come out just so I can try it, because it just looks fun. Like, I remember when what was it? When Payday, the latest Payday came out, I was like, bro, like, I wish there was something about it that just felt like, how do I describe it? Like stale. It was like the way this like world has been built, like. Obviously, we don't know much about it. I don't know much about the game at the moment, but just the way it was all built, I was like, this looks so fun. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I hope it's a good time.
Yeah, 100%. I like this concept a whole hell of a lot. Again, a good stealth game will always be a good time, in my opinion. And the fact that you add multiplayer and add again elements of sabotage, that is wonderful. Yeah. That I think that's really, really cool. Just I want to see what the interplay is. Again, the closest thing I can say, anything with like covertness and covert operations and stuff, like, again, my mind automatically races to Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Again, it was pure assassination instead of stealing artifacts, but still that concept of being in the shadows or waiting for your right moment to strike, and trying to stay hidden and veiled. Multiplayer stealth, or multiplayer stealth based games automatically have some type of real fun element and real great mystique that hasn't been explored as much in recent times. I'd love to go back into it, and I think they have something on their hands with this. I think they have a really good concept. I agree with you.
Yeah, it'd be interesting as well if they because one thing I've always wanted as well is to be able to, obviously, like, we have it, but like play both sides. Like, imagine a game of Payday, but you can play both sides.
You can be the security. Like, that would be hard.
That's like a concept I've wanted to experience. I don't know if it currently exists or not, but that's something I've been looking for.
Again, in abstract form, not like in this concept, but again, like literally like horde mode or whatever the Back for Blood mode was, where it's like, you can play on one side of the zombies or the ridden or whatever, and then you play as the humans, and you can spawn different people or be different characters. That stuff is really cool, honestly. And in a stealth context, when you're like the security detail protecting something, and then you have people invading, like it's Rainbow Six Siege, but like on a real stealth level instead of just pure shooting mechanics. There's so much more involved in that, and that'll be
I just want to remove like the full aspect of it.
And
there's other ways to do things. Like, security guards don't even get guns; they just get like, I don't know,
like tasers or something.
Tasers, like they can't actually do much.
100. That will be a fire concept, man. Listen.
You could even do something like if you complete certain tasks as a security guard, like let's say the infiltrators came in and they cut the phone lines. If you're able to reestablish the phone lines and call the police, your character gets upgraded to a police officer, who then now has more tools at his disposal, like something like that. You can open up like a pre-selected skill tree if you do certain objectives, or like something like that. Points like you respawn
in. That's hard. No cooldown consulting, gaming, man. No cooldown gaming.
No cooldown consulting. Come on, something. We need to do something.
If we not making this, we might have to sell this, bro. Hey, listen, y'all ain't heard shit. Y'all ain't heard none of this, man. I'm erasing this topic from the history book store.
www.gov.uk/patent.
You know what I'm saying? Lock that in, brother. Lock that in, man. For real. But we can slide on to the next one here. So y'all remember that? I don't know if you watched all of what's it called? Secret Level, but there is now a game called Shadow Labyrinth that was announced, and it basically is a 2D action platformer it's literally the Pac-Man episode from Secret Level, just kind of brought to gaming in that way. So like the super alternate, like real dark version of it, it's just Pac-Man, So how y'all feel about this?
Oh man,
that episode was fucked.
That episode was fucking bananas. When I saw this, it's funny because everybody saw this, they're like, "Oh, it's like Batman," and I'm just like having war flashbacks in my mind. I'm just like, "Dog, y'all don't know. This is not what you think it is."
I was absolutely sick of it. I couldn't believe what I was watching.
Hey,
I saw this and it was like, I hate that this is a thing. I don't know why. Like, I just can't handle this right now. I can't. I don't want this, please.
Nah, it's serious. But in a 2D platformer, like, hey, I'm with it. I'm with it. Like this super cool concept in general and just the world, and you put that on a platformer. I think you got something at least solid, something pretty decent in there. So I'm curious. I will say that.
I think it'll be an interesting one.
Yeah, 100%. But we will move on to one of my favorite games that was announced. Slow Clap is back. The people behind Sifu have dropped a brand new announcement at that time, and it's for a brand new game in a brand new direction called ReMatch. It's arena-based football, third-person, like skill-based. Again, people are like, kind of like Rocket League looking, or the obvious FIFAs and stuff like that. But it feels more like super skill-based arena style. Like there's like skill gaps in there and little things you can do. I saw all the slide tackles, the different mechanics with the skill moves and stuff, like the actual shooting mechanics to aim off the wall and stuff. Super cool concept. What y'all think of it?
I think I'm gonna say two things. I think that they missed out on the opportunity of a lifetime to call this game FIFU.
That would have been hard.
FIFU would have been crazy.
FIFU would have been great. That would have been
nuts.
Oh, I hope they had that on the board and somebody said no. Like, I hope that was thought of, because I think they'll be kicking themselves if they didn't.
100.
And second of all, welcome back, Roller Champions.
No, in a way you're not wrong. In a way you're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
I need that.
I think this game could definitely give the same, if not even more, of the sort of level of fun that Roller Champions gave out.
Hey, listen, I absolutely.
If these are like
agree.
really quick matches, just like Roller Champions, and they have like some arcade gamers and just generally, they're up to par on their skins and stuff like that. I think this game definitely has a place to exist in current market.
I absolutely agree. And I think they picked something that was so. And this is the thing that's really like hard to kind of do, is like you transmute something that's so pretty much universally loved or loved globally, like a sport like soccer or football, and then you take it into a direction that adds a little bit of taste into it. Again, we've seen the FIFA Streets in the past. We've seen the other like offshoot modes like just what's it called, like skating or whatever. You got skate, with all the iterations that it's had, the creative modes that it's had. It's not an easy thing to do, but if you actually can achieve it and make something that's really fun and viable, you will be set. You will be solid. You'll have a community that will stick by you till the very end. And it's a very weird direction I did not expect Slow Clap to go into, but I'm interested. Again, I'm a huge football fan. I love Sifu, so I have a lot of respect and anticipation for whatever the studio does next. And it looks like there's enough to be involved in this game, just like jump in with your friends and stuff, but it looks like there's enough of a skill gap to say there's control over it. So time will tell what the mechanics look like, what things will be based on. I swear they had a sign up sheet for their testing and stuff like that for the beta. I already did that, so I'm gonna find something out, man. Slow Clap, holla at me. But I'm excited for this one.
I'm telling you, bro, they're doing this so that they can give everyone the best multiplayer Sifu 2 experience ever.
Bro, I need it. Bro, if Sifu's here, if they drop this and it's a banger, and then they come back with Sifu 2 co-op, oh my gosh. They'll automatically be in my top 10 favorite studios of all time. I'm not even kidding you. If they do that game plan, they'll automatically be in my top 10. There's nothing else nobody can do. I'm so serious.
Yeah, the only thing I'm like kind of worried about looking at this like the gameplay that they showed off from ReMatch was like it looked very like clippy.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you mean.
So obviously this is like early access gameplay and all that stuff, but I hope that's one thing they really nail, because it will, like, from first experience, people will just like shit on this game if it feels like super smooth.
100, I agree. And it's like, yeah, I guess the systems or whatever, when it's like, okay, when you're dribbling with the ball and tackling with the ball, how smooth or coarse is that? Like, if it's really seamless in between like the physics of the ball with the interactions of the players, like if it's that smooth, then we're good. But if it's rough, yeah, it's gonna be tough out the gate. So I agree. That's an important part that they gotta nail. But nah, for sure, man. But we can get into the main show and kind of start off with the big stuff that would happen. First off the rip, The Witcher 4 just got a whole reveal, and it was, bruh. Listen, they shut it down off the rip, gang. They shut it down off the rip. We had a whole first look at The Witcher 4, what we're coming to expect. Ciri being a whole Witcher, again, her experience in, in the world, in a village where, stuff don't look right. Just the tragedy, the triumphs, the battles, and all that good stuff. Again, there's no guys in this joint. It's only monsters, boy. But what did y'all feel about this first reveal? When I'm gonna go to you first.
I thought this shit was dope as hell. Obviously, it's a cinematic. We don't really know what the full game is gonna look like, but all in all, it looks really, really dope. I am super excited to play as Ciri because Ciri had some of the best moments in Witcher 3. A lot of the time when you switch out of the main character, you hate it. You really do. Like there's not many games that they do it right. This is one of those games. They did that shit correct because playing as Ciri is some of the most fun you'll have in that game. So having her as a character, obviously they're gonna have to nerf her a little bit because she'd be broken as hell. But I can't wait to see what they do with her. I can't wait to see the way the story looks, the path the story takes. I'm honestly really, really, really excited.
Facts. Nah, man. Listen, Kai, how you feel?
Well, personally, my opinion is that women can't be witches.
But excuse me, if you look at the actual exams here about the Brandon Witcher School, doesn't even establish it. Like, that nigga, shut up. Okay?
Man, looking at their ass in the trailer was hard, bro. Yeah, I'm looking forward to diving into this one.
Bro, I agree. And yeah, just to double down, people complaining that Ciri is a Witcher. Shut the fuck up. You want to, somebody literally had a whole 13-minute video. I forgot the name of the person, but you did a whole 13-minute video explaining yes, Ciri can be a Witcher and was the Witcher, based off of again, the fucking book material, the sources and all this shit. It's there. So can y'all shut the fuck up and either get on the boat or get off the boat? Because we gonna be playing good games either way. It's up to y'all whether y'all want to be playing whatever, whatever bullshit y'all do. You know what I'm saying? That's y'all problems. But this looked cold. I'm sorry. I can't wait till we get gameplay to see what the jumps were from the last Witcher to now. But you can feel, again, the weight, the story, and just, it's just dope seeing Ciri now in the thick of it in this context. And I can't wait for all the adventures because there's going to be so much stuff to dive into. So yeah, listen, Witcher 4, we here, man. We here. I hope
they do the storytelling in a way where it's they just sort of subtly detail things that have happened, and it's if you know.
Yeah, no, I agree. You don't have to give the whole game away.
I like when stories do that.
I agree, and I think that, again, with so much that we still so many questions. Again, obviously the biggest one is where the fuck is Geralt at this point? Because I believe when you pointed it out, his voice was at the end of the trailer, so it's he's still around, but where is he around? Is he still doing shit? Is he in the villa chilling? Who knows? But there's so much that they have to layer. I trust them. You know what I'm saying? They got to do their business. So we'll see in time, man. We'll see in time. But Witcher 4 it's on the way, bruh. It's on the way. All right, we can slide on here. Right after The Witcher 4, we had a whole opening of flames engulfing this land, and as soon as it passed a campfire, we immediately figured out, holy shit, is this Elden Ring again? I was so confused until we figured out, oh, this is Elden Ring Night Rain, a 3-player co-op experience coming next year. In 2025, 3-player co-op, kind of like a boss rush-ish type of system where you spawn in with your people or solo, and you're going in, you're getting your loot, you're gearing up, and you eventually get to run into a variety of bosses, some of which were not even in Elden Ring. I saw the Nameless King was just chilling in the cut at the end of that trailer for some reason, and it's a lot. There's a lot of stuff going on, man. It's crazy. So this run, 3-player co-op, Elden Ring Night Rain, what do y'all think?
I'd play it, but I also it's cool. I think it's cool.
Oh shit.
But I'm just man, I'm so tired of getting my shit fucked. I'm so tired of getting my ass beat continuously. When I play with the homies, sure. But the budget is tight for next year, man. The budget is so tight. I don't know. That's the biggest problem is that I have to see more.
I hear it. Kai, how'd you feel?
I think it looked cool. I'm definitely more inclined to sort of sit and sink hours into this just for the co-op. I guess that's why they made it for people like me.
Yeah, nah, I understand. I understand it. I just want to say that I feel vindicated. I said this again. I said this multiple times. Y'all know that the next wave of stuff that's coming to our systems is gonna be, we're getting co-op games. We're getting co-op games out the fucking wazoo, bruh. They're on the way. People don't even get it. Like that, how people look at, again, the live service, all this other stuff. People aren't even gonna realize it until they're in the thick of it. Co-op is going to be that next big platform, that next big frontier where like, oh shit, everybody's doing it. And listen, shameless plug, I explained why in a whole video essay, bruh. Y'all need to lock in, bro, because listen, the ones and zeros, bro. This podcast knows, bruh. We be seeing shit, bro. We be seeing shit, but this looked pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie. 3-player co-op, again, I've said this a million times before. I will say it every single time. I am a whore for co-op games, so I will be playing this. I will be trying to get into it. And it's just the concept that you can kind of like hodgepodge it with a lot of people from like the Dark Souls era and a lot of bosses from different games outside of again, just the Elden Ring universe specifically. That's cool. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm wondering what, you know, the timing is going to be in 2025. I don't know if I forgot if we get a range, but I'm curious. I'm curious at the very, very least. And I will give it a spin because Elden Ring and it's co-op. So boom. And hopefully we don't got to do no dumbass sign, put the thing on the floor, draw some spray paint, and then let the dude, you know what I'm saying, put a flintstone and fire over the thing, and then summon a teammate. I hope we could just spawn in off the rip and just go, you know, pretty seamlessly, because that's always been a pet peeve of mine. I do not like that in any Elden Ring game, any Elden Ring, Dark Souls, any of that. I hate that. So hopefully we can just keep that, just join lobby and go. That would be nice. All right, but we can slide on here and we can talk about Project Robot. This was a pretty short stint, but from the team behind Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, they got a brand new game. Again, looks pretty futuristic. Only footage we really got is of this boy climbing this giant machine, trying to jump up behind, like ahead of this huge like wave of something. I don't know what it was, like some like natural disaster wave of something. I don't even know. But listen, Wade is back. Is a brand new game, and we got to see what's going on, man. Not too much to say about it, but how'd y'all feel?
Bro, that shit pissed me off. That reveal trailer, there was 40 seconds of like nothing.
Yeah.
And then they proceeded to have like an extra minute and 15 of nothing. Like,
yeah,
it will be cool, but bro, like, just wait. If this is your trailer, just wait.
Yeah, no, I agree. It is kind of annoying that like you're just like sitting there, you're like, whoa, and it's like, oh, that's it, man. What is the point? What was the point of this? I think it looked cool though, and knowing the studio, like honestly, that studio could have just been like, yo, we're dropping a game, and we all would have been like, oh, gas, like these motherfuckers make some quality. But they did blue ball us with that shit though. It was very unnecessary. Like they could have just been like, yeah, like it's coming out, and I'd be like, fine, cool. Then they're like, nah, watch this.
Like they could have dropped like an announcement on Twitter with a concept art, and people would have lost their minds. Now we're all just confused and scared.
And scared is crazy. You're not wrong. Y'all not wrong. We'll see what it is. But yeah, I was like, oh damn, they're back. That's great. And that was pretty much it. That was the beginning of it. But on the opposite end of the spectrum of how to put out a trailer, my man Joseph Ferris was back on stage. Hazelight Studio was back in the building, and of course we had a whole couple minutes presentation on Split Fiction, the brand new co-op title again from Hazelight, from EA Originals team, and all that good stuff. I believe we're playing as two friends or again two people working in split buildings, but it's kind of like one person's a story writer, one person kind of like a tech-based thing, and they go to this company that kind of creates real stories out of, you know, again, fictional works and stuff like that. So eventually they jump into the same pod or something like that, and they got to get back to their real life, their real bodies, or else they're going to be stuck in there forever, and the person who runs that company is going to completely steal their story. So it's interesting, all the gameplay mechanics, all the different set pieces and stuff. How'd y'all feel about it?
This game is gonna ruin my household for
yes, sir.
A good amount of time.
Yes, sir. You and the missus about to get into it. Said, listen, you ain't 100%. Jumped there.
But it looks cool. Like, right, It Takes Two was fun. I think everybody knows it now, and you know, I can definitely believe that they put the same, you know, love and passion into Split Fiction. So looking forward to playing it.
That's fair.
Pretty much the same thing for me. I think it's going to be a really good game, and maybe win Game of the Year. Who knows? Fingers crossed.
Hey, listen, it might.
Nobody will be able to shut that guy up.
No.
Hey, he gonna go from fuck the Oxford to fuck everybody. Fuck everybody 2 for 2. And listen, all y'all can get it. Listen, if you win in the same year that what's the name? Well, prospectively, GTA 6 drops. That would be hilariously great.
No.
That would be
hilarious. No, we have to make this happen now.
Bro, I would campaign for it just for the chaos, man. For the chaos. I'm here for it. That's all I know. But listen, when I look at this game, you're showing me more of what I already want. Just more co-op goodness from them. They've gone what 2 for 2 so far. You know what I'm saying? A Way Out, It Takes Two, and this is the next one up. All these mechanics look really, really good. Like, I mean, half side scrollers, again, just puzzles and all this stuff. They do mechanics and pacing so well in these games that I'm consistently impressed. I'm consistently impressed at how well they layer the game and layer the experience. So listen, for the Hazelight team, I'm more than confident there's gonna be some dope stuff y'all got going on, man. They even had like mini Metroids in there, bruh. You low-key play as Metroid, you know what I'm saying, one of those sections, but it's funny. But I enjoy
Samus, they will be mad if you don't say that it's Samus.
Sorry, Samus. My fault, yo.
Wait, but no, I can't get this image out of my head. Like, I wake up in the morning, I go to the cafe, pick up a tablet, and it's like, you know, Rockstar shuts down. It's crazy,
bro. We need more chaos. We need it. I would love it, and I think I deserve it, man. I'm gonna play both of them, but just for the chaos. Can you
imagine the faces of the Rockstar execs?
It would be nuts. It would be nuts. I would honestly, I wouldn't pay money, but I would be very, very, like, I would enjoy it very much, like a spectator. You know what I'm saying? Like when things might go slightly wrong in like the Gladiator games or some shit like that. I'm like, damn, it's crazy, but it is kind of entertaining. All right, man. We can slide on here to a game called Steel Hunters, man. People was low-key like Titanfall, but nah, this ain't exactly Titanfall, but we got some extra animals in here. It is a kind of, I think the people who made World of Tanks and World of Warships, they were kind of jumping into this. Again, mech-based gameplay, but there's more, again, the animals into it, the movement of it. It's a little bit different, but interesting nonetheless, man. What y'all make of Steel Hunters?
I think it looks pretty cool. I really am very partial to mechs though, so like I might just be being biased, but I'm excited for this. Will it be great? I don't know, man. Shooters are, you don't know what shooters these days. It could either be gas or it could be ass. So we're gonna see what happens. But I will at least try a beta, you know?
Yeah, no, 100%. I get a beta shot, but I think it could be interesting. We'll see. I was gonna say, Kai, you care? No care? Yes? No? Maybe so.
I've always felt weird about mech shooters. I haven't really found one that felt good. And even in Titanfall, like, I was pure pilot, so like ground pilot anyway. So it's like, I don't know. They just kind of give me mobile game vibes.
Yeah,
a little bit. The way they play out. So I'll give it a try for sure if there's like some kind of like open testing.
Yeah, no, fair. I'm about to say we can keep tabs on that though. We can keep tabs on it.
The trailer was cool though.
Yeah, it was a nice trailer. I like the mix, man, just because it reminded me of, like, again, some Power Rangers or Voltron shit, but the animals, like specifically the animal versions of the mechs. So I'm like, damn, that would be a cool mix of gameplay. And I don't know if they're like, okay, you can switch modes and go animal mode or go, you know, actual like humanoid type mech mode. It'll be interesting to see though. It'll be interesting to see. But you know, we'll keep tabs on it, man. We'll keep tabs on it. But let's move on here and talk about somebody that needs to have a pretty solid year. And we mean Borderlands 4 with the official first look. We had a little bit of CGI, a little bit of gameplay showing off, again, the worlds, the looks, and all that good stuff, the new characters as well. When I know you got some eyes on it with, you know what I'm saying, being a long-time Borderlands fan or at least player to some capacity. How'd you feel about that trailer?
I'm actually really excited for Borderlands 3. I was a fan of Borderlands 3, and seeing more Borderlands 3 at the Game Awards was a whole lot of fun.
That's crazy. Was that intentional, saying three times?
Yes. That's nasty. So to really drive it home. No, I'm kidding. I mean, like, I like Borderlands. The thing is that gameplay loop, will always go quadruple. I'm like, this is how much I like it. I have Tiny Tina's downloaded, and I be going back to it. I be playing it every now and then. I play like an hour every week because I'd be like, you know what? I want to loot. I want to shoot. It's so brainless. It's so mindless. It's so fun. The problem,
like he'd be getting in trouble for playing,
bro. Because I really should. Because I bought Cyberpunk, and I have Cyberpunk now, and I'm sitting here like, should I boot up Tiny Tina's? Like that's the problem that I feel like this game is like fun, but it sucks at the same time because it's just not. There's a lot of problems with it, and it's just like, man, I don't know if I'm really. I don't like. It didn't push me. 4 didn't make me be like, man, I can't wait to spend money. It looks like, damn, I'm gonna spend money on this shit. And I'm gonna be like, damn, this shit's kind of mid, ain't it? Like that's really what it feels like is gonna happen. That being said, I'm gonna go in it with optimism. The story seems to be a little bit more interesting this time around. Like maybe they're not trying to be fucking stand-up comedians anymore. Like, don't get me wrong, 2 was a funny game, but y'all not those people no more. I'm sorry. Like y'all don't know what y'all got in the writer's room. It's not it. It's not it. And then Tiny Tina's, some parts are funny, but again, it's not it. I think if y'all focus more on some good quality gameplay and not make me wait for a robot to walk across a room to open up a door so I can shoot shit, then wait for the robot to walk across a room to open up a door so I can shoot more shit. If y'all can figure that shit out, we'll be in great company. But if the gameplay loop ain't there, bro, I'm not coming back for the fucking urinal cake jokes. I'm not coming back for the fucking low-hanging fruit, bro.
Yeah, and that's something that I was like, I'll get back to the trailer, but something that did pop up in the days after the trailer, the actual narrative director, Sam Winkler, he had a quote coming out from PC Gamer. He was like, yo, listen, we cut back on toilet humor. I think the quote goes as such. Paul Tassi joked that we were going to have a gun called Haktua, and a fellow dev asked me if it was real, and I wanted to put my hand down the sink grinder. So there's at least
grinder is crazy.
There's at least a solid incentive and awareness that they needed to pull back massively on that, that style of comedy and that style of writing. So I'm very happy with that. I'm very happy to hear that. So that's an encouraging sign. That's an encouraging sign.
Brother, if they would have put a hawk to a gun in the fucking game,
it'd be uninstall. I'm sorry, we can't do that.
Uninstall?
I can't.
I'm charting a flight. We are different people. We are not the same.
He's saying we're knocking on the gearbox door already.
No, me and Pitchford are finna have a nice meal. That's what's gonna happen.
Nah, bro, I understand. I get you, man. But it's like, it's good to hear that reassurance, because looking at the trailer, I'm not mad about the gameplay of it, because the gameplay has always been good. The gameplay's gotten better pretty much every time out, every iteration that they put out in the mainline games. No problem with that. Never. Drop in, drop out multiplayer. Again, one of the earliest people like to do that in the 2010s and stuff like that. Like one of the freshest memories in my mind of the experience being pretty smooth. So that stuff, the quality of life and other things like that, pretty solid. Don't have much to complain about on that part. It's always been the story. It's always been how quality can you make the characters and the writing. And again, some days that they've nailed it, like Borderlands 2, again, the shining example in the series. Some days you absolutely nail the balance. You have the perfect amount of, again, the emotional weight to the the comedic moments and the lighthearted moments. And the other games, just probably wasn't there. Again, Borderlands 3, the most lopsided version of what we've seen, and it just didn't feel good going through all of that. And that's my main concern, just making sure that story is crisp. But outside of that, I know when we talked about this as well, you can expound if you want to, but again, the map design and some of the environmental design has to be consistent as well to fit in with all that. But my main problem was the story has to be balanced, the story has to be quality, and then everything else will shine through. But you know what I'm saying, the narrative, the environmental design is important as well. I agree.
Oh my god, the environmental designs, their philosophy on progression, the way they want to do it. I don't think it's a bad one, but I just think that there are just better ways of doing it, and that's something that it can always come down to the thing. But one issue they have right now is it's just not funny, which like, it's not woke, it's just not funny. Like you could have gave those people free reign, be like, yo, cancel culture for you is not a thing, go crazy, and I don't think it would have been funny.
No, facts, man.
Like I'm just too old for that shit now. Like, come on, give me some real shit. But anyways, that being said, I do think this game has a lot of potential. I'm not gonna be a negative Nancy about it, because this game doing bad, it will not benefit me in the slightest, because like I said, I will probably be buying this game. So fingers crossed for something good.
Yeah, I listen, man. We're finally going into the Iridian War. I just want this to go out on a bang, man. That's really it. Just this is unfortunately likening a situation to Logic is crazy, but I'm gonna do it here. All right, you had some real good hits in the early days. You went crazy. You know what I'm saying? I think Borderlands 2 is probably the culmination of your powers and like the incredible true story. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But at some point after, things just took dips. Not as drastically, but you took dips. And this is a way to kind of go out on a higher note. You know what I'm saying? Pull out a nice, you know what I'm saying, callbacks to what made the series what it is, what made the series so enticing to people, and call it that. You know what I'm saying? You can hang your hat on a good time out and kind of reconciling with all the things that have happened with the movie and Borderlands 3 and all the other things that have just caused chaos around this IP. But I'm cautiously watching, but there's been good signs so far from the gameplay and what we heard from the team.
Yeah. And like that's the thing, bro. It's just like the IP isn't such. I don't think they can suffer another L like that.
Bro,
I don't think they can suffer another L like the movie.
This is a back against the wall situation. Personally, in my opinion, for the IP, I'm like, I don't think people will give it another chance if they kind of fall to the wayside again. If they fail to impress and they fail to get not only their core but general audiences back excited around Borderlands again, this is kind of it. This is last chance saloon type shit, you know?
Yeah, like oh man, I just can't imagine.
We'll see, man.
Whatever. Well, yeah, we'll see.
We'll figure it out, bro. 2025, baby. 2025, man. But moving on next, man. If disappointment or fear wasn't in the air, you know, before, it definitely is now. Tekken 8 now has Clive Rosfield. Let's get into it, man. Clive Rosfield, whatever you want to call him. He is in Tekken 8 when you're our Tekken correspondent, man. How did you feel?
I mean, like, sure. I don't know what I could feel, to be honest. Like, I think in a separate context, had he been the first DLC character, I'd have been like, okay, we got a guest character. Okay, interesting. As a Tekken player, I don't know if I'm going back to that fucking game. I don't know if I can do it. If I do it, I'm picking him up. I'm not gonna be I'm gonna be a degenerate. Fuck it. Why am I playing?
There's no honor amongst thieves.
No, there's absolutely no honor. So yeah. That being said, rest in peace to all the people who bought this season pass and didn't get shit out of it, aka me. We thought we were gonna get some gas characters in the season pass. We got nothing. And you know, shout out to Harada. Maybe I'm gonna start asking Harada for shit, because he says don't ask me for shit, and this is how he acts. Yeah, we're gonna ask you for shit, buddy. We can't keep you, you know, giving you the reins to this bullshit. You're fucking us over, brother. I love you to death, Harada. You're a genius. This ain't it though. You fucked me. You fucked me on this. I hope Season Pass 2 is a lot better. I'm counting down the days for them to announce Season Pass 2, because I don't think I could go on much longer like this.
Man, no, I understand. I'm just like the look on your face, bro. The look on your face. It was actually insane.
I didn't believe it.
I was like, dog, it's nasty. There. It's him. What? You'll be fine, man. I promise. If you can't find love in Tekken 8, you can find love somewhere else, because the next game, literally right after that, we had a whole reveal for Virtua Fighter. Virtua Fighter is returning with a brand new installment in the franchise. I had a kind of a look into do with a fedora, you know what I'm saying? The slums putting people through walls and tables and stuff. Interesting, but Virtua Fighter is back. How'd you feel about that one?
That actually looked pretty good. I will be playing that. I'm excited for Virtua Fighter, which is a statement I didn't think I'd be saying in 2025. Is yeah, I can't wait for the Virtua Fighter. Fuck Tekken. I mean, I knew I was gonna say fuck Tekken, but I didn't think Virtua Fighter would be in this.
I knew I was gonna say fuck Tekken.
Hey, listen, it's crazy, but I understand. Damn, same question as before, Kai. Did you know this thing existed at all? Damn, not even. Fuck. Just put me in a casket now, for fuck's sake. This is crazy. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. Anyways, moving on to the next one here. RGG was not done with their showcasing of what they had going on, man. We had a look at Project Century, which was, again, kind of like again a 20th century look at somebody in, you know, like a I don't know how to explain it exactly. I mean, it's not like a dragon. It's not Yakuza specifically, I don't think. But it was really interesting seeing the gameplay, then walking through, like, again, 1915. I'm not sure. I think they kind of gave the location. I can't remember off the top of my head. But
was it China or am I tripping?
I'm not sure off the top of my head.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
But yeah, it was 1915. It was kind of throwback versions, and it looked like some gang activity was going down in you know what I'm saying, in an industrial area. So interesting stuff. But what did y'all make of Project Century? Kyle, start with you.
Oh, they're interesting. I don't know if I would pick it up, but I definitely watch.
Fairs. I will say, to me, it didn't. I mean, literally, it's up the dragon. It is a bit more visceral than like the stuff we've seen in later Like a Dragon stuff. Maybe more in like the Judgment lane, maybe more the Sleeping Dogs lane, you know what I'm saying, where it felt like real, like gritty, you know what I'm saying? Like when you probably got when you got a better handle on it than me, but I think it was kind of like a little grittier with it, but definitely a jump, definitely an interesting jump.
I'll say this, the out of context moments of Yakuza definitely make it seem a lot less gritty than it is.
No affairs.
And that stuff didn't necessarily like shock me. I think the character of Kiryu himself is just a whatchamacallit. He's just not that kind of a person who will be engaging in certain shit.
Yeah.
That being said, I do think that it looked really, really good. I'm excited to get my hands on it. I don't know if I'm really going to be paying too much attention to it right now, though, because the issue I have with games called Project Anything is that if you don't have a name ready, I don't think you have my attention ready. Like, it's just, don't get me wrong, I will be playing this day one. It doesn't matter what the fuck the game is. Like, I love RGG Studios. They're probably one of my favorite developers, but I don't like setting myself up for all this excitement, all this hype for a game that could easily get canceled because it doesn't even have a name. Will that be the case for this? I don't think so. But that being said, looks great. I need to see more.
Fairs, man. Listen, I'm just interested playing up. That's all I will say. I'm pretty interested in what they got. RGG's put out a really good track record, and making a jump to something maybe, again, potentially entirely new. We'll see, man. But sliding on here, we had a look at the comeback story of Turok Origins. Again, a brand new game for the franchise. I think we haven't seen him in probably, like, I feel like it's been 10 years. I feel like it's been 10 plus, honestly, maybe even more, since like wait was the game I remember playing, like the remake Turok one. But this has been a long-standing franchise since the N64 days. It's finally back in the building. We don't know when we're getting it exactly, but it's back, man. Turok is back. Kai, I already know the answer to this question. Don't even say anything. Don't even say nothing for this topic. I understand, but how did you feel seeing it? Because I'm about to say you caught on quickly too. I was like, oh shit, it's Turok.
Yeah, I didn't think. Listen, I'm not gonna shit on Turok because I haven't really played the game that much as growing up. Because even though I'm older, that shit still is like a little behind my time. But anyways, I think it's interesting. It's cool. For the people who are excited for this, I'm happy for you. Will I be buying this shit day one? Fuck no. I like dinosaurs. I don't like them that much. I don't care too much. And as somebody, like I said, since I didn't really play this growing up, it's not, the nostalgia is, I'm immune to that shit. So I will enjoy seeing other people play for sure, but I don't even with the little, because it felt like it was gonna be multiplayer aspects to it. That shit is not enough to get me in.
No, fairs, man. I am low key on the other side of the coin because one, not only did Cousins have freaking, I forget, what was it, Evolution or whatever, I don't know, whichever one that was on the GameCube. I remember playing that one a little bit, and then I remember I got the Turok remake joint when it dropped. Well, not when it dropped, but whatever, like the year after, whatever, when we got our first Xbox 360 in the house. And I like dinosaurs, bro. I like Jurassic Park. I like that shit, and the concept was super fun to me. So to see it back after this long, it's super interesting, man. I'm like, yo, I didn't expect it, did not expect it whatsoever, but I'm glad. The gameplay that they showed at that little latter half of the snippet looked really cool, really smooth, honestly. So I'm super curious to see what they cook up, man. I think they have ample room to cook something that's really dope. I want to see some really dope, smooth flowing gameplay of it. Some really crazy dinosaurs. That's all we need. That's all we need for real. And we good. But yeah, we can slide on here. Go ahead.
100%. Yeah, I was watching this and I was like, there's no way that Vin Diesel has decided to shove more arc down my throat.
I forgot about Arc 2, bro. Listen, hey, brother. Hey, bro. What you want him to say?
Nothing. I don't want to hear his voice.
I completely forgot about Arc 2, son. Damn, bro.
I legit thought it was like more Arc stuff. I was like, wait, this is
bro. I think that's where we reacted to. I was like, oh yeah, Arc 2. And I was like, bro, hey man, I'm just saying the real hitters here, bro. The real hitters here. You can put that Arc down, baby. It's realness in the building again. You know what I'm saying? Or a phantom. You know what I'm saying? Crash 300 look like a phantom until the phantom show up. Type vibe. You know, one of those things. But we'll be all right. But moving on. Speaking of comebacks, we had a whole first look at Onimusha Way of the Sword. There hasn't been an Onimusha since what, 2005-6. That's been a long time coming. Capcom did say they were gonna be in the mood to remake and restore a lot of old franchises, a lot of games that were down to the wayside, and bring them back in a new light. And Onimusha is definitely one of them. One of the grandfathers of this game, if you want to say it. One of the, you know what I'm saying, the olden uncles of this game, if you want to be that deep. But listen, Onimusha's coming back. How do y'all feel about what you saw from the gameplay?
I would like to take this moment to apologize to all the people in my comment section. I'm sorry I didn't recognize that it was Onimusha when it happened, when I was watching it until, you know, the thing came up. In my defense, Onimusha came out in 2006. I was 10 years old. I was still like 6 years too young to pick the games I wanted to play because, you know, I am 10 fucking years old. Next time I will, I guess, be born sooner. I don't know what you want from me. But the game looks sick. But man, I was unaware I was gonna piss off the Onimusha fandom by, I don't know, not knowing about this game but still being happy for them. Won't do that again. The game looks sick though. I'm really happy for them, and I'm interested in playing the older games. Yeah. Shout out to Onimusha, except for the non-hardcore Onimusha fans. My bad, fellas. I didn't know y'all was running games since 2006.
Say, hey man, listen, hands up. My fault, OG. My fault.
My fault. O. Emphasis on the O in that G.
But nah, listen, I'm super for it. Again, Onimusha is again one of those legacy franchises that has not had its just due in a while. So again, literally 2006, which is disgustingly long. But the gameplay looks pretty solid. The art style and the look of it looks really crisp, or something that I like. So 2026, man, at least it's not in 2025 we're all like dying, but 2026 I think is a fair time. Listen, I think people should be excited about this, the OGs, and for the people that may not have seen Onimusha like fully before. I think this would be a good one to, you know, to keep eyes on, man. Keep eyes on. I will say that. But we can slide on here and let's talk about the full trailer that we got for Mafia the Old Country. Mafia the Old Country had that full breakdown and look at the story and what was going on with it. You know, again, just the initiation and stuff. I believe they dubbed the trailer, just showing, you know, welcoming into the family, the stuff they're gonna get into. It was in-engine footage. It was cinematic, but it was rendered for the trailer and all that stuff like that. So how are y'all feeling about the Old Country, man? What you getting from it?
Mafia games are hard, so let's
bro.
Bring it. I recently did a playthrough of 2, and I was just like, and then when I saw this, I was like, yeah, I'm down. That's a bit of me.
Nah, here.
I am almost done 1. Like I literally went back to play 1 and I am having a fucking blast. I am excited for this game. I cannot wait to see what's in store, but I want to finish all 3 before this game drops, or before at least I get this game.
Oh, fairs. I got a full Rebirth. I never played the first one. I played Mafia 2. I swear it was like one point it was like free. It was like a free game or something like that somewhere. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. It was played through 2. Of course, played through 3. The trailer for the Old Country looks really, really good. I'm super curious. We've said this before on the pod. Super curious about how they're gonna kind of tie things from the Old Country to the first, and kind of sow those seeds and kind of establish again the older characters that were again the building blocks for all the mafioso stuff and the families. I'm really interested to see how that plays out. You know what I'm saying? On horseback, no heavy control whips. Maybe that you know what I'm saying? It takes going so far back as to where the horse was the dominant vehicle of the time to have sharp controls on a vehicle. Maybe we'll see. I don't know.
Can I just say, this is like one of the best trailers I've seen all year.
Yes, no, best directed, absolutely.
It is incredible. Like, I genuinely just want them to like put all the cutscenes together.
No, I agree. This feels
whoever does that first on YouTube is like, that's me, bro. Because it looks incredible.
This is absolute cinema. I'm gonna be real. I get the whole point and the plot of conveyed of where certain people are coming from to be initiated into the family, what they're gonna get into, some of the major players and stuff. Like, you get so much but so little out of this trailer. It's really good, and again, just showcase the environments.
The score is phenomenal. Like, just hearing this in the background, watching them look at the fire, I'm just like, this is gonna be a fucking amazing.
Listen, I'm tapped in, and this is something that's gonna be real interesting. 100%. I'm about to say, and moving on here, we gotta talk about, man. Listen, I'm gonna get right to the shits. Okami's back. Okami is fucking back. Listen, it's back. One more time, if you haven't heard it in the back, it's back. It's returned. We had a whole quick revealed cinematic trailer that went down, and the announcement that Hideki Kamiya is also back directing the game with his brand new studio Clover. So he's back, you know what I'm saying, hand in hand with the OGs, and it's insane. This is again one of the reveals that Jeff said this is something that has been in the making for a long time, and it's finally come to pass. Okami, Capcom, and Kamiya back on the same page again is insane, wild. But how does y'all feel about it?
Cool.
No, I was like, I'm giving y'all time before I go in. I'm giving y'all time. Go ahead, say y'all piece.
No, that was cool. I'm again not a huge. Maybe I'm just not a gamer. But didn't play too much Okami growing up. I actually own it. I'm actually re-downloaded to tap in, but from what I've seen of the game and what I know of the game, excited for y'all. Happy for you guys.
Appreciate that, brother. Thank you.
I was 5.
Thank you for clarifying that before I even asked the question, because I didn't want to ask that question again. But listen, y'all,
motherfuckers wasn't even sentient.
Yes.
They were still on autopilot.
He couldn't even wiggle his toes on command, bruh. Shit, crazy. Mortality, wonderful thing. But yeah, listen, I thought we'd never see the light of day to get this ever again. Anything
I agree with you there.
I really thought it was dead. Literally, again, Kamiya moved to platinum. The team was split. He wasn't, things were kind of shifting and changing and chopping around. I thought we would never get this again. I thought we'd never get anything new from the Okami world ever again. And my heart is happy. My inner child is happy. This game, one of the most vibrant, beautiful games ever. Shout out to the plot of this with Amaterasu and all stuff like that. It's just a dope story. It's just a dope fucking game. The mechanics were really dope. I enjoyed the shit. So my heart is happy. That's all I'm saying. My heart is happy, and I cannot wait for what we hear from this. And again, on top of that, Hideki Kamiya is back with his own studio, back with Clover. So that means a whole bunch of other stuff that could happen. Again, Beautiful Joe could be in the works. What's it called? God Hand. They could actually do another God Hand. Like, there's so many possibilities that opens up with Okami coming back and Capcom and Kamiya being hand in hand again. This opens up a whole new world, and it starts with Okami. So I'm fucking happy. This is one of my favorite moments of the year, hands down. And I purposely left it off favorite moment in that segment of the show because I wanted to say it here. This this is what gaming's about. This is what it's about. This is what it is, bruh. So I'm happy. I'm happy right now, bruh. Jeff was damn near in tears, and so was I. And I'll stand on that, bruh. Okami's back. I'm a happy man.
Jeff was in tears because of the Kojima joke. He still had to recover from.
No, you might have for real. He went backstage like, yo, we good? You know he's joking, right? You know he bullshit, right? Like, awesome. Other shit.
It's scripted. It's scripted.
Oh man, but listen, Okami is back. Local man is happy. That's all I gotta say. That's all you need to know. I can't wait to hear more. I'm serious. Oh my goodness. And last but not least, we had the reveal of the brand new franchise from Naughty Dog. Yes, something brand new from them called Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. A brand new kind of alternate history, alternate super like futuristic thing. I think it's like a bounty hunter kind of like picking up a whole job on a real ancient planet who was cut off from society at some point, but it's gonna kind of take on this wild adventure. Saw a little bit of the backstories and plots with some of her old like crewmates and stuff that she's looking for, or hunting down possibly. Really interesting stuff. We saw a little bits of the gameplay as well at the end. Kind of super retro-y, like sword looks, like the style's distinct, gameplay looks. The snippet that we got could lead us on to some more stuff that could be interesting. But what'd you guys make of what you saw?
I'll never play this game. The main character I play.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And they're lying, because this is the same shorty who was and I hate saying this, bro, because you know where it's gonna lead, but this was the same shorty who was the main op in the Uncharted movie. This was that girl. So yeah. It's one of those. When do not say something about her. That's all I'm gonna say. But it's interesting because just the trailer's super dope and interesting. But to y'all out there hating on this trailer just because she's in the trailer, and it's a woman who doesn't look like somebody from, you know what I'm saying, one of the crazy ass like shit that y'all watch the beat y'all meet. Shut the fuck up, please. Just do us all. Please do me a favor. Do me a solid. If you can have a good resolution going into 2025, shutting the fuck up should be at the top of that list. Please continue on.
I think this game looks pretty dope. I am, a little strapped for cash right now, so I'm gonna wait for the first remaster to come out, which will probably be the year after this game drops. I think that's when they really iron out on the kinks.
Burn.
Or whenever they throw it in the Last of Us bundle, you know what I'm saying? Get crazy. Last of Us 1 and 2 remastered with this bad boy.
Get a free copy with the whole Last of Us Part 1, Part 5 remaster. Like, what?
They're gonna call it like the Seabreeze bundle because it's 3 Naughty Dogs. But anyways.
I'm done.
But no, this game actually looks pretty sick. Again, it's a lot of cinematics, but I feel like they always end the Game Awards with a cinematic, like a lot of cinematic. So I'm not like, oh man, beating myself up because it's that, but I am excited to see what this game holds. Man, Naughty Dog, I have not played a bad Naughty Dog game. Like I really haven't. They're one of those companies that it's very similar to Rockstar, where it's like their percentage is this high. They just make good games very frequently, so it's like really hard for them to miss. That being said, I don't know if the amount of celebrities will hurt or help them, but I do think it's interesting. It's something to take note of. And yeah, we'll see where this goes. I mean, like obviously Keanu Reeves and fucking what's this game called?
Cyberpunk.
That didn't hurt. Yeah, it only helped. So like, and these are actors that I actually believe in. Like I think these are some really solid actors. But that being said, it is something to keep track of. I think it's something to be aware of, because it does cut into the bottom line. Like these motherfuckers are not cheaper than your regular voice actors. But I don't think it's something that it should hurt people too much, or like not hurt people, but like deter people.
No, 100%. I agree. And again, I will say, despite the 80 million remasters that they've got over their life cycle, you cannot, if there's anybody you put your trust in, if you're a Sony executive, you kind of put your trust in Naughty Dog.
Naughty Dog or Insomniac.
That's literally, that's your 1A and 1B. Everybody else, like again, Santa Monica, like number 2 or 1C, but that's literally it. Like you can put your money in there, and rest assured you'll have something that's quality. So I don't I don't mind it, you know what I'm saying? And we're getting steady details about what's going on. Some of the story stuff that's coming out there in terms of like leaks or whatever, that's been seen as likely fake, as some people have come out and kind of like say like, yeah, don't believe everything you're hearing out there. So we don't know much yet, but the more we'll find out, the more will be interesting on it. But we got some tidbits that it's like Akira, Cowboy Bebop kind of style feel in terms of some of the shipbuilding, the spacefaring, and how that art and how the world kind of builds out. So I remember we were reacting to it. I was like, oh shit, Cowboy Bebop. And I was like, wait, no, it's not. But my soul was not necessarily wrong. The style and inspiration was actually there. So I'm not mad at that. So it's interesting to see what's going to come of it. But again, it's like Gwen said, it's Naughty Dog. They bet at a high percentage. So I think we're going to get some quality stuff wherever we go. All right, but yeah, that was the Game Awards, man. That was that. Pretty solid. I would say that's their best Game Awards ever, personally. That's just me though. I think that's probably the best Game Awards they've ever put. To be
I
real.
can't say yes to that just because I don't know what the other ones look like, but I do think it was up there.
Yeah, I'll amend that. I will say minimum it is top 3 of all time. I will say minimum, just to save space for 2 other ones. Maybe I can't remember the years off the top of my head, but this was definitely one.
Me neither. That's the thing.
Yeah, we can revisit this another time, but like I think this is a top 3 that they've ever put out of their 10 years doing this. Just the pacing was better. The moments were really strong. The actual not shying away from the industry talk and the jokes and everything. Less overusage of celebrities in Hollywood and stuff like that. I didn't even see too many jean jacket combos out there, the blazer jeans and stuff. I'm like, dang, people are stressing now. Better show. Honestly, a top 3. Honestly, a top 3 for me. I'll say that. But yeah, we can slide on here. We can go through the quick bites, talk about one little story right here. On one end, while Platinum is on one side, you have Clovers on the other, the brand new studio. Clovers again has just been created after the news of Okami coming back, and Capcom is now working with Kamiya. There's been kind of this announcement that there's a lot of talent that has left Platinum Games. Many have just went to other ventures, but there's a good number of people who have joined Kamiya at his new studio and just kind of jumped ship a little bit, and I know there was some tension between Kamiya and Platinum Games over their time, and there was some stuff going around, but we're looking at it like, is Platinum in a rough patch with how they've been kind of moving lately? What's going on here? I wanted to kind of ask y'all about your general take about, like, is Platinum kind of losing steam, especially after noticing these departures?
I think so, mostly because of the last big Platinum game that I saw was Bayonetta, and I remember like the fucking controversy around all of that. And I remember that game not being as what people were hoping for either, the actual fans. So I don't know if Platinum is the same company that made the games that I fell in love with. I don't think they may be far off from that company, but hey, you can't always win. You can't always be the hero, I suppose. But it's one of those things that we will know in due time what's going to happen with Platinum.
Yeah, I understand. Kai, any thoughts on this? You think Platinum's kind of, slowing it down in terms of their quality momentum?
Yeah, I mean, did you guys play Babylon's Fall?
No,
oh my God, they made that?
Yes, that was them.
Oh,
I dodged that purposely.
Yeah, I doubled down on what I said earlier. I definitely do think they are not the company that I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you kind of took the words right out of my mouth. Honestly, I agree with what y'all are saying, for one. And yeah, they're going through a slowdown because they want to try so hard and hit with this live service shit. I think it's that. If somebody who's as innovative and really a really solid, honestly one of the cornerstones or notable figures in gaming development, if Kamiya leaves your studio like that, again, sometimes he'll go off to pursue his own thing and do what he does. I feel like there's something in that environment that tells him maybe you guys aren't creating for the chief quality and fun of a game first and foremost. So if the indication is, if the last major thing you put out before Bayonetta 3 was Babylon's Fall, and then he leaves, are you focusing on this franchise and new things and stuff that's gotten you farther in terms of quality and putting out fun experiences, or you're trying to dip back into that live service bag. Maybe Kamiya got the tip off of like, damn, I'm not gonna be able to do what I want to do here. They're gonna go live service and gonna push me into this corner. I can't do that. I'd rather retire than be, you know what I'm saying, forced to do these live service stuff. So I'm dipping. And he found a good deal going back to Clover's, you know, apparently, and he's got a lot of talent that were from, you know, again, different series and stuff. Kenji Saito, who did Metal Gear Rising, a couple people who was on at the Astro Chain game, Bayonetta Origin. Like, there was a good amount of people that left with him. So maybe it was just that, you know, he saw the writing on the wall a little bit, and, you know, he's kind of dodging stuff before his creativity takes a real hit and went to a place where it can thrive. So I don't blame him if that's the case. And again, it's only speculation as far as we know, but based on what they've been moving towards and what could be in their plans and what they're trying to, you know, put in terms of them, I'm pretty sure that they're acquired by Tencent. So maybe Tencent's directives of what they should do, that kind of maybe was a tip-off sign of like, yo, creativity and true creativity that Kamiya wants is not going to thrive here. And so a couple other people maybe agree with that, and they dipped. So this could be a track back for Platinum, man. And the fact that they haven't made an Astro Chain 2 is disgusting. I'm gonna be honest. I will put that out there. I will say that Astro Chain, again, looked a super solid game. That's why how it hasn't got play since what? It's been 5 years.
Yeah, I am very upset about that game because I remember I thought the game had really bad input lag, and it was me, so I returned it. But I didn't realize the input lag was me until after I returned it, and I was like, "Damn, I can't go back and get that game again." Because it had been too long until I realized, like, oh, the input lag was me. Oh, I already sold that game. Fuck, I'm cooked. Like, that's over. It's the end of that. I'll play it eventually.
Yeah, nah, it's crazy work, but it's Platinum losing the backseat, man. They losing it, man, and it's tough to see because again, a lot of great stuff came out of that camp, but the talent's trying to they taking that stand and they making the moves that's best for them. And if Platinum losing Steam is the grounds for Okami to live, I am sorry. I gotta say it's all right. Listen. I'm just saying, if you had to lose them team members for us to get Okami, I'm doing that 9 times out of 10 times out of 10 actually, and twice on Sunday. So you'll be all right. Y'all be all right, Platinum. You'll be all right. But all right, cool. Slide down really quickly here to the trailer trove. Just a quick little segment where we talk about the more watchable media and stuff that's out in our world. We had 2 stories that came out. First, we had confirmation of a new DCU project that's coming in with again, Matt Reeves producing, Mike Flanagan writing. If you've watched some of the Netflix series like The Haunting of Hill House, I believe he'd written chiefly on that. Clayface, a Clayface movie is in the works, like horror based, just in the DCU world. How do you feel about that idea?
This film is gonna be disgusting,
nasty.
Like,
it sounds horrifying.
It's gonna be like one of the most like fucked up, like genuinely, like kids should not watch this. I feel like it's actually gonna be mad scary.
That's what I want. That's what we need. That's what we need, bro. Listen, as soon as I heard Mike Flanagan was writing this, I was like, oh, y'all solid, y'all be all right. Again, if y'all haven't seen the Hill House stuff, like the Haunting of Hill House, Fall in the House of Usher, Midnight Mass, Haunting of Bly Manor, if you haven't seen those, bro, there is just quality writing, bro. Quality writing, a super solid base of just good suspense, good, again, drama in the horror and all that stuff. And that was Netflix with slightly a handbrake on with some of like the grueling stuff he could get into, man. I think there's a lot of wiggle room he can get out of Clayface, and it would be dope. And again, one of the GOATs right now, Matt Reeves, is producing this, so I got no fears. I got no fears about this. I got confidence in this project, seeing who's heading it right now. So it looked good. It looked good to me. When, how about you?
I heard there's like a version of Clayface that like is like heavy on the like shape shifting.
Yeah.
That could be so fucked up to watch,
bro. It could. It's like, again, Matt. I can see this taking a super grotesque face, like as real. Like, I wonder how they do it. Like, again, I don't think they can do this practically. I don't know if they can do this practically. If they do it, that's insane. If they can do it practically, but I doubt it. I'm very curious to see how they pull it off, man. I am so curious, but I have faith in this idea, especially with the team behind it. So I'm in. I'm interested. When you're yes, no, maybe so, thumb sideways.
Oh, definitely. I'm definitely locked in. DC's back, baby.
Hey, listen, they really might be back, Sean. They really might be back. And to kind of cement some of this notion that they may be back, we had a whole reveal of this new Superman trailer. Superman had a brand new trailer that came out over the past few days. July 11th it comes out, and we had the whole rollout with again just the trailer starting with him getting his ass whooped and just somehow and landing in the ice, him calling out for a whistle, Crypto the super dog, we pulling him back. We saw Lex Luthor, Lois Lane, the whole people, the Fortress of Solitude pop up out the ice. So many things are going on. People said it was pointing out possibly Ultraman was in there. There's so much happening over this rendition of the Superman score with the older themes that were there, even a little bit of Man of Steel in there. There's so much to unpack in this, but overall, I think it looked good. What do y'all think? How do y'all feel about Superman?
Seen that trailer like 6 times. And I'm actually kind of excited for it, which is weird for me. I don't feel excitement over superhero movies these days. So you know what? W. There's a couple things that I'm not a big fan of, but I honestly don't really care at this point. Anything is better than what we've gotten.
I kind of agree. I don't think I've actually felt excited about Superman since I was a kid. So
even the Man of Steel, I don't think I was ever excited for that. But I remember watching it and enjoying it. I thought it was a good movie. But like, even Man of Steel, when I saw it, I was just like, what the fuck is that? This is different though. This feels like an actual superhero movie.
Yeah, there's certain elements to the trailer that are like so fucking goofy as well. But like, I love it.
Like, and it makes, I think the coloring of it too is actually one thing that really drives into it, because it's vibrant blue, vibrant red. Like it's pointing out like, yo, this isn't, we're not trying to make this shit seem like a cartoon, but at the end of the day, this shit is basically a cartoon. So we're not trying to make this shit look super gritty and super realistic, because like, no, Superman in real life would have no drip. That motherfucker would look annoying as shit. Like he would just look regular as fuck. But like the popping of the blue, like I fucks with everything that they've done so far. Still, like style wise, this shit's got it.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole issue, right? Like one of the biggest complaints that a lot of movies, especially comic book movies these days, is that they just wash out all of the color. Like your favorite superheroes are like, wait, who is this? Because it's just a different color. It's crazy.
Like Zack Snyder just had a bunch of buff people in spandex. There was just that's all it felt like. It was just like Superman's shit was like a fucking, he looked like a lizard. It was just not, to me, it just
looked like he was part of the British Navy. Like I was so
like
confused by that shit.
That shit was just, oh man. Like imagine if that scene in Man of Steel where he's being escorted, imagine that motherfucker was wearing like the real like bright blue and red suit. Like that shit would look so much better. Like the contrast would be so much better over these motherfuckers who are all like, he looked like he belonged there is what he looked like in that movie. So I'm really happy to see that they're actually like taking some chances here. Really excited to see what the fuck's gonna happen. I don't know about the Green Lantern, but again, I'm gonna let this shit rock.
Listen, Guy Gardner's a straight asshole. So
I love Guy Gardner.
I'm not mad.
I'm not mad.
I'm not mad to put him in the bob, man. I'm not mad to put him in the.
I'm not mad at that either. The homie just looked a little seasoned is all. Like Superman looks 17, Guy Gardner looked 47. You know what I'm saying?
Nate Fillion always look a little old in the face, but he gonna cook. He gonna cook though. I'm
gonna let him. I'm gonna let him. I'll be there day one.
Hey,
I'm gonna buy a Superman shirt just for this.
Yeah, and you know what? Y'all point out something good, man. Again, this is a comic book movie, and I'm tired of certain films that we've seen in the past and recent past, even this year, that just kind of like hide the fact that they're from superhero, that they're from comic books, they're from superhero movies. That's what you're rooted in. So why run away from that? You know what I'm saying? I will tell you exactly what I'm referencing, Joker, literally. But
I didn't watch that shit.
Yeah, listen,
sorry,
bro. I thoroughly disgusted. Anyway,
we live in a society.
Oh my god.
But to the point, Superman in this trailer looks unabashedly a superhero film. Again, the bright, vibrant colors, the actions that are in there.
The score is fucking awesome.
Ridiculous. Again, the shades of the original composition. Again, I told you, even the little shades of Man of Steel that were put in there, man. Like it just feels. That's the aura. Go ahead.
The contrast, like they've actually given Superman like the contrast. He stands out, and not in a powerful way, in an aspirational way, which is what Henry Cavill, I feel, did not do.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I see that, and again, that.
Like,
But
if you look at all the shots, like in this, for example, like when he grabs the little girl,
yeah,
it's like,
that's a
it
hero.
Stands out
That's a
so
hero.
bright. Like when he's sitting he's lying in the snow.
Yeah,
It stands out. Like every shot they've chosen,
pure
like,
contrast. I agree.
He stands out in the brightest way possible.
Like a beacon of hope, because damn it, that's what he is. Damn it, that's what he is. And it's just, it's the hardest thing to do is do things simply. It's so difficult. I get it. I understand. But when it is done, it just feels so pure. Just again, I want to see Superman saving motherfuckers. Like actually, because I don't need to see fights all the time. The things that encompass Superman being this symbol of hope, being that in real time, in again a bright real world, and it's dope. And I can't wait to see how it plays out. Again, I think from what we saw in the trailer, we have a grouping of a casting that isn't too overbearing. The focus can still be on Superman, but also it involves other characters. I think in isolation it might be too much a weight to have it on Superman in this first movie, but having a cast of characters again like Guy Gardner, like Hawk Girl, who we saw for a little bit, like Mr. Terrific, who looks fucking ridiculous, by the way. That again, just straight out of the comic book, which I love, and I can't wait to see all the powers and stuff in action. Mr. Terrific, dope as hell. Lex Luthor, double balled. Like, we need that. Pure hater. You know what I'm saying? We need that in there. You know what I'm saying? So I was just loving what I saw, man. And listen, if you hate on crypto, you a bitch. It's as simple as that, bro. This is what happens in life. There are rules. If you hate on crypto, you a bitch. That's really it. So I was loving everything I saw from this trailer, man. I've said before.
I wonder if he's gonna be full CG the whole way through.
The crypto? Nah.
Yeah.
I think it's an actual dog.
In that clip where he drags it, that's like 100%.
Yeah, without question.
But like, I wonder if they're actually.
I don't think it'll always be there. Nah, I don't think it'll always be. I hope they have an on-call dog. I hope they have a casted dog. I really do. That would be nice. But we'll find out, man. This is. I wouldn't say there's pressure on DC with this movie, but this is a big telltale sign of, yo, are you really going to do something different this time around, or are you guys going to unfortunately fall short? Because again, we're in this point where Marvel isn't at its strongest. And if you want to talk about the tug of war here, DC has a real opportunity to stake their claim. It's like, yo, we're providing something different, but we're providing quality just like they are, if not more at this time. So they can stake their claim really and put something down. They've already done well with both TV and movie. You know what I'm saying? Again, you want to look at the Penguin show, the Batman in recent times, and all that. But they can start and say, even Creature Commandos that was coming out recently and stuff, they said it was really, really good stuff. You can stake your claim and say, yo, this is what the DCU is going to stand on. Some real quality stuff that's different, that feels good, that feels like it's out of a comic book. We want to embrace that. And the Superman trailer just gave me all those vibes. So I can't wait to see more. I'm locked in.
I feel like James as well, like I think it was him that put out a statement, and he was basically saying like, yo, this is just a Superman film, just enjoy it for what it is.
Yes.
And I think that really just alleviated all of the pressure on the backs to sort of,
I agree.
Create something long standing or whatever. Like, it's just enjoy this film, tell us what you think. I think that's like a good precedent to set for this film.
I agree, and I think that's the right approach. Again, I think the people are gonna take it how they're gonna, how they take it and stuff like that, and they're gonna say a bunch of things about it. But the way he framed it, like, bro, I don't think he said they had like post credit trailers that were like revealing anything. He's like, nah, they're just like fun post credit shit. Like, bro, it's just the movie. It's just the experience. Just take this in isolation, and then we go step by step. That's how the approach should be. Honestly. We saw the effects of doing too much in one film to try and set stuff up, which screwed everything on top of other things just not being good. So this is the approach that is really good. Take things show by show, step by step, and see what goes from there. Again, we got Creature Commandos to start off, and then we're slowly building each iteration in isolation, but it has to be a good movie first before it's a superhero movie, I think. So, I saw good stuff in this. So Superman, we gonna see you. All right, though, that's pretty much all we got for the trailer. We can move into these last two stories for the show here. Listen, have y'all been seeing all the stuff about like the this is an Xbox debacle, and this is an Xbox like discourse, all stuff that was going around? basically, again, the marketing has been picking up for basically promoting the Xbox's strategy, which we've talked about on the podcast before, how they want to make an ecosystem out of their Xbox, world. Your devices can, play Xbox wherever you want it to. So you're saying, like an iPad's an Xbox, a tablet's an Xbox, or like a phone's an Xbox, all this other stuff. They've been promoting it pretty heavily. And also the plan overarching has kind of been seemingly moving towards, the end of permanent console exclusives for them and this push. And there's been rumors about, again, the death of permanent console exclusives for the Xbox brand, potentially opening up Xbox operating software on other devices, and maybe vice versa, like having Steam on an Xbox or having Steam capability or functionality on an Xbox or on Xbox environments. And potentially kind of just diversifying to be kind of like a Microsoft gaming instead of Xbox. There's been so many little things that are pointing towards the overall strategy of Xbox is not necessarily only going to be that console competitor anymore and that publisher anymore. They want to open the margins up for the future. And is this the play that is going to get them serious ground in the industry, short term and long term? How do y'all feel?
I mean, it's really weird, man. Like they've I see like where they want to be going with it, I think, but it's like they've also just devalued the shit out of like Xbox. In my opinion, like it just means, I don't know, like I think we all know what that feeling is like to like want an Xbox, right? It's like that kind of just means nothing anymore.
Yeah.
And I think that's the simplest way I could put it. Like it's cool that they want to open this up, but at the same time, it's like, I guess I can't really see like where it is they want to go from here. It's kind of hard to picture how this will like pan out for them.
Yeah.
Interesting. I was about to say, how you feel?
As much as it is the games, it was also the experience of like owning an Xbox, right? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying. You're sacrificing the Xbox to bring forth a new era type shit.
Yeah.
Because that's basically what it is, right? It's like now, if my iPad's an Xbox, I never need to own an Xbox. So like basically. They're really, but it's just really funny because this idea would work really well if they had some really good games on that shit that makes people really want to play Xbox games. You feel me? And not to be rude, not to be an asshole, not to be, but I'm not buying some shit to be a Forza machine.
Yeah, no, I hear you, bro. It's like it's so. It's interesting. Again, in the short term, I agree with you, Kai. It devalues what Xbox is now. But this is like, I think right now in this environment, all they have is the long play, and all they have left is to either accelerate or wait for the long play to kind of come to fruition. There is a world that may be approaching where there's kind of like a lower or non-existent barrier to access. People are having their devices everywhere, again, on the go, the mobiles, the handhelds, the cloud gaming and stuff like that, where all this is so accessible, fast, and really open lines everywhere. It's not just, your console's at home and that's it. It completely fluid access across devices, and they want to be available at every point of access to be the go-to gaming stop for whatever you need in that realm. And they want to be available on this platform that isn't exactly theirs, but they want to sell there. They want to be here. They want to be even on PlayStation. They want to be ubiquitous in the gaming space in every access point to say, we give value everywhere. We want you to play how you play. We want to meet you where you are, which it goes against, the traditional formats of this stuff. Like, this is our Xbox, buy this here or whatever. They know that their long play is to capitalize the market of access, is to capitalize the market of kind of attention and accessibility. Being at that first point of contact it's an advantage. It is an advantage, but it's so different to what the current market is now that people don't see it. Again, like I understand your frustration. I understand it. And even me, I'm like, dog, I want you to just drop great games and just be a competitor. That's really it. You know what I'm saying? Be in the mix. But Xbox, in order for them to win, they have to change the formula completely, because doing it this way, Xbox One kind of condemned them to where they can't even catch up. There's no world, if they do things the same way that they did, it would take them probably 40-50 years to even catch up with all the hiccups, the mishaps, them, you know what I'm saying, doing all this other stuff. There's too much ground for them to cover. When PlayStation, all they need to do is just drop a couple good games, you know what I'm saying, every now and again, and people put up with their bullshit because they drop really, really good games. Nintendo has their audience over there. They'll pick up whatever Nintendo puts down, all that stuff. Xbox was at a crossroads where either they try and play catch up with heavy investment on, you know, just alone game studios in the current format, or they look at the whole macro trend of technology and saying, okay, everybody's going to more accessible planes of tech. People want things at their fingertips faster than before. People want availability. People are going to choose based on what their convenience level is, you know, what they have available to them. And they want to get ahead of that curve. They want to get ahead of it. It's as simple as that. They want to run ahead of that track and beat people, not purely on a gaming front, but the whole technology adoption front and where it's moving to. That's why they've been so heavy in cloud gaming. That's why they've been so heavy in pushing their stuff into other stores. That's why Xbox Game Pass exists as a service. You know what I'm saying? It's a fantastic service, the best service that we probably have in gaming. And they're using that for accessibility, a library of games that you don't have to, you know, pay a huge fee for, and it's available in all these other places and stuff like that. There was even a rumor the other day that there might have been a push to make Xbox game libraries instantly accessible everywhere on all the platforms that you have or have access to that's available on. So like you could, instead of saying you know, Xbox Game Pass PC, it'll probably just be like whatever you carry over from this to that. Or if you have like a Lenovo gaming, you know, tablet or handheld or blah blah blah, you can have your whole Xbox Game Pass library available on that, or maybe even on a Steam Deck, which is crazy to say. It's such a long play. You basically give up what makes you special in the console space or the gaming space. Again, Steam Deck, you have Steam library and, you know, mod support and all stuff like that. PlayStation, we have PlayStation games. Nintendo, we have Nintendo games in the quirky way we do our console gimmick. Xbox doesn't have that claim to fame, so they have to change the formula. They don't have any of those things exactly, or to the degree or scale that can compete and overtake any of those three in what they do specifically. So they kind of have to make their own way. They kind of have to make their own formula in, you know, in something else, and change the game. They have to change everything about themselves. And that's why people were like, oh, it's not, you know what I'm saying, Microsoft, it's not Xbox anymore. It's becoming Microsoft or Windows gaming or Microsoft gaming. And I would say there's some truth to that. I would say there is some truth to that. They're not going to say that because they poured money into it, but they're sacrificing the image of themselves now to try and capitalize on a potential future or a potential reality that's down the line. They gotta kill them. They're gonna basically, you know, off their image now and off their value now to be ahead of the world that's coming. And it's an interesting take. It's an interesting strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. You know what I mean? It's a long play.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting strategy, but like the roller just kind of fucking sucks. Like, don't show me a picture of an Amazon Fire Stick and say, "Is this an Xbox?"
And it's gonna piss players off, bro. It's gonna piss you off because the natural tendency is like, bro, I don't want to play shit on a Fire Stick. You know, wherever you're coming from, like, bro, where are the good games? Where's an Xbox? You just want it to be cut and dry, simple. And they're trying to be so far ahead, and they're trying to kind of accelerate and pull in this whole futuristic scenario that, where we see the disconnect between now and then. We see the disconnect. Like, I see what they're pulling to, and it very well may work, but the problem is it just doesn't work right now. And so that's why people are up in arms, like, bro, we just need you to make good games and do what you do. So we'll see what their next moves are, if they completely move out the console market and all that.
Be like going back to cater towards families. Like, I need to see a Microsoft like Xbox trailer, and it's like a family sitting down playing games, and they plug in the Fire Stick. Like, don't just like, I don't know. I feel like they skipped a lot of steps with this campaign in particular, where it's just like they'll just show you random objects and tell you it's an Xbox, and it's just, it doesn't really clear anything up. Like, it kind of reminds me of like when I was a kid and I'd like go on the TV and play those like TV games. Like, when you show me this, it's like, what does this actually mean? Like, they could have executed this specific campaign so much better, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I understand that. I was about to say, when you had something to say?
No, I was agreeing. Like, I just feel like it's not something that's easily done Like it's something that like they're trying to oversimplify it, but like if it's anything like PlayStation Now, which I'm sure it's a lot more streamlined than it was back when I used that shit, it's still gonna have a lot of kinks, still gonna have a lot of problems, especially for like people who don't have that much money, right? Like if I'm a parent and we're not barely making ends meet and my kid wants an Xbox, and you tell me a Fire Stick's an Xbox, that's way cheaper than a fucking Xbox, and I buy that shit and that shit is ass. Not only did I waste my fucking money, but now I'm fucking mad at you for lying to me, you know? Like it is not, they're gonna piss people off, I think, more than it's gonna help them.
Yeah, this is such a time and technology dependent thing because the world isn't moving as fast as probably they'd like it to. And they're playing a tightrope game. They're on a tightrope with this. They have to, again, invest heavily in these game experiences, but also go full board with their strategy. And it's like, this could tip any moment. This could tip one way any moment. So they have to play this near perfectly to win in this case, or to be a viable option or seen as better in people's eyes. They want to win now, so they're gonna have to change their image drastically to do it. And this is how they're gonna do it. And whether it pays off or not, we're gonna see. But it's tough to see them like, hey, everything you knew about Xbox, like all the other stuff like traditionally, we not doing that shit no more. We on some other stuff. So you're not gonna get it now, but you know what I'm saying, your kids are gonna love it. You know what I'm saying? Like Back to the Future type vibe. So I guess we'll see where it goes. All right, and the final story here. Let's talk about a quick note from Marvel Rivals, man. Marvel Rivals has been on a tear. It's been doing its thing lately. It's been kicking ass, honestly. It probably has not let up on momentum over the past few times. We had a Christmas event that went past. I think Jeff the Shark had a whole special game mode to himself, the damn terrorist. But we had some news from the Marvel Rivals director. A Eurogamer article was kind of talking about it. Said, listen, Sony flopped Concord. I don't know why it's still in the news here, but whatever, it's here. But the Marvel Rivals director was talking about Concord and said, you know, it basically just didn't offer any unique value for its players. And it was a whole like debacle back and forth about that. Marvel Rivals kind of truth slinging or whatever, blah blah blah. I mean, is he right though?
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Probably shouldn't say it that way, but like, you know, it's not wrong. I think like it's kind of nasty because like, sure, everybody gave up on this game, but like, damn, bro, you ain't gotta. Fuck is you saying it like that for?
You have to say it loud.
Yeah, like we know why the fuck. Everybody knows why that shit failed, but like, you don't gotta dunk on it. Jesus Christ, it's like. No, it's not. I was gonna say what it's similar to, but it's not. I think this shit is interesting because it's very accurate, and I think I was talking to my girlfriend because we were watching Secret Level. She never heard of Concord. I don't even know if I think I could show you. I could show her trailer now, and she'll know what the fuck it is. But if I were to show her trailer before we watched Secret Levels, she would have probably been like, "I've never seen this game a day in my life." And she asked like, "Oh, when did it come out?" And I was like, "Yo, bro, this shit was like 2 weeks ago that this shit dropped, and then a week after it just disappeared." And it mostly comes down to like when we were watching the show, like the Secret Level episode is actually pretty solid. It's actually one of my preferred episodes of the. Like I think it was better than a lot of the shit. But it just quite literally was just people are tired of first-person hero shooters. Like it just didn't really do anything to the point where we're gonna sit there and be like, yeah, no, this is what hero shooters have been missing, you know, like this is why hero shooters suck. Like, no, it was more of the same, and people just didn't want to, one, pay for more of the same, and two, they were tired of it, really, at the end of the day.
I don't get their entire strategy. Like, after watching that Secret Level episode, it's like, you have this whole fucking universe, and you decide to go make a shooter when you could have just gone the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy route and create an amazing experience,
bro.
The episode,
it's a heist story.
Like the episode is good. Like I watched it and I was like, wait, they just fucked up. Like they were just stupid about what they were trying to make. Because they have all the assets there. Like the story is written. They could have just run with the story, but no, they wanted to get on the action. Like I don't know.
I agree with you. I thought
it's a full fumble. Like it's literally that's all it is.
It was sad, and it's like that's why the game failed. And on top of that, like a lot of people just took that game's failure. The same thing with Forspoken. They take a game's failure for things that are based in regular shit that happens. Like people just aren't really interested in this, or just didn't do a good job at explaining shit properly. Take that shit, and then they take that shit and then they run with it. And they're like, oh, it's because there's black women in it. It's like, no, bro, the game was just not that good. It's just whatever, you know? It is what it is. And people just could not sit down and accept that that's what the problem is. So we still have these fucking Concord think pieces. It just was mid, you know. It's like the same reason why if they released a Destiny multiplayer game, not whatever the fuck Bungie's working on, but if they were like, yo, here's Crucible for free for everybody, people aren't playing that shit either. It's because it's a lot of the same. Like, people have already played this shit a million times and they're over it. Like, there's just not enough, you know. It's just not enough to keep people engaged. There's a million games coming out every fucking day now. Like, when we started this podcast, it wasn't even that bad. Like, that's what I think is really funny, is that like a year before we started this podcast, the summer, I still had times in the summer where I'm like, man, I have nothing to play. Now the thing isn't I have nothing to play. Now it's what do I play? Like, which one do I start with? There's so much going on, you know. And I think that's something that like a lot of people, when they bring up the topic of Concord, it's like beating a dead horse. We know why the fuck but stop trying to make it into something more than it actually is. You know, the game just wasn't good.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. And I'm like, dog. And even he said it in the article. This director, he was like, listen. Like, he's like, oh yeah, we get to like, oh, I want to, like, we could play a Storm with the Marvel license, blah blah. I can play a Doctor Strange. I'm like, that is your unique value, but outside of that, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it's.
Would Marvel Rivals be good if it wasn't Marvel?
Exactly.
That's a good question. That's a great question. And I'm not trying to shit on Marvel, because I think genuinely at its core it's a good game. But we would be bitching way harder if it wasn't Marvel. Motherfuckers would be sitting here like, yo, if they switched out fucking Wolverine for the Clawman, motherfuckers would be like, why is the Clawman even in the fucking game? Yet I see people arguing that the Clawman is actually really strong if you play him in a specific way, whatever. Like, I think the game is done really well, but I don't think comparing Marvel Rivals to this is really fair at all. It's not fair at all.
It is not, bro. Marvel, you put Marvel on anything is a cheat code, bro. It like, you can't say anything. This game could have been halfway ass. You still would have had some people on it though. Thank goodness it's been a good game though.
We had an ass Marvel game.
Yep.
The Avengers. And that shit was running for a while. That shit had a Spider-Man DLC. It had DLC. We didn't even get a week of fucking Concord before they pulled the plug on that shit. And again, I'm not acting like I'd have been the one playing fucking Concord. I'm tired of hero shooters. That's why I was not gonna check this shit out. But let's be honest here, bro. And I think what he's saying is cool, but it's just like, man, sure, bro. You got it. You can't be talking from a race when you got a purebred prize fighter that you got from your family lineage shit, bro. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Like it's. Come on now. We know what blocks we're all standing on. You know what I mean? Concord was ass. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, it
was. But some people just weren't as you know what I'm saying, gifted certain things off the rip. You know what I mean? Somebody didn't have the boost beforehand.
Yeah. But that's being said, I don't know if any IP could have saved Concord. It would have, the nostalgia would have carried it a bit. I think it would have lasted more than a week if they did more than just an original idea. But yeah, I think that genre is just pretty cooked as it is. Because even like Marvel Rivals, the more I play Rivals, the less I think it's a shooter, because there's a lot of people who don't use guns in that game whatsoever. Yeah. Like it really is just a hero fight. It feels like a fighting game sometimes. But well, not a fighting game, but you know what I mean, like an action game.
Fucking Iron Fist piece of shit. Anyways, carry on.
No, yeah, like that's all. That's the only thing I don't like about the story, that it just doesn't really feel like, it feels a little just like, oh yeah, it's because they weren't doing anything super interesting, and it's like, yeah, you're not wrong, I guess. You're not wrong.
Yeah, fairs. That's fairs. Oh man, but with that being said, that's all the notes I got on my shit. It's done. We're finished, man. I got nothing else, man. Anything that we might have missed?
No. Not to my knowledge.
Yeah, nah, man, we good. But listen, it's been a long 2024, man. The years went super fast, but it's been an eventful year. So much has happened, man. Getting into press runs, game announcements, game awards, stuff is upside down, inside out, all this other stuff. But listen, we made it through another calendar year. Damn, it's been a long ride. We're gonna carry this momentum going into 2025 and all that good stuff. Listen, let's get up out of here. First and foremost, Win Easy, your closing statements.
It is the end of the year, so if you haven't already, tell your loved ones you love them. Make sure you lock in those sales. If you want to send your boy a couple One Piece packs, let me know. I'd appreciate a couple more pulls in my life. But other than that, I'm grateful for you fellas, because we probably won't be doing a podcast before the next year. So amazing year, everybody involved. I really do appreciate y'all, and it's been a whole lot of fun. And I can't wait for next year when we're tearing our fucking hair out, not having any time to play any of this bullshit.
Bro, it's one of them ones, man. Appreciate you too, brother. Appreciate you too. But you know what time it is next year. We're fucking drowning in games. But listen, Kai, give me your closing statements, dog.
Yeah, man. Hope everyone has had a good Christmas celebration. Hope everyone has a good New Year, and 2025 is gonna be busy. Busy, man.
I will say for my closing statements, one, we are not quite finished with content yet. Of course, you're gonna hear this episode. You're gonna hear other clips and stuff that we got going across from the weekend into the new year. Be on the lookout on the No Cooldown channel for a cool mini series that's coming. Just doing an interview with a couple of simmers, a lot of simmers from the Sims community and stuff. There was a feature piece I did the other day. And just by extension, wanted to bring it here to showcase some of those folks, the work that they do, who they are. So if you're interested in The Sims at all, check out that video as well. And then check out all the interviews that are rolling out from the 27th all the way through to New Year's Day. So be on the lookout for all that on the channel. Be on the lookout for all the content that's coming through. And again, thank y'all so much who support us in 2024. 2025, next levels, bro. Next levels is going up. I'm telling y'all right now, it's gonna get different, bro. We gonna be here every step of the way, and I cannot thank these two people who put up my bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I can't thank them enough. I appreciate y'all more than y'all know. Honestly, thank y'all so much for being here and making this podcast what it is. Thank y'all for real. All right, though. But with that being said, we peacing out for the year, bro. Thank y'all. Y'all know where to find us. Go show us some love on all those platforms out there. This has been episode 110, and this has been 2024 for No Cooldown Podcast. And we are out of there. Peace.